Yep. All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome again to the first and only dating sex relationship podcast in the world. I am Will Nakuzi. I am the host of this show. I'm excited tonight, guys. We have a great show for you guys. We have some beautiful guests, some Da'ahinas joining us tonight. But before we start, we have to let everyone know that this is for mature and adult audiences only.
I'm gonna see you tonight. See you tonight one time.
You guys already know the vibes. You guys already know what it is. All right. So mature and adult audience only. This is salsa content right here. So you guys already know what it is. So it's called After Dark Session, aka Demon Hours, aka Late Night Session, aka I'm single. I want to find out why. But nevertheless, before we start the show, we always have to set the mood Polynesian style for our show. Since we talk about dating, sex, relationships, you guys already know there's a certain mood for that. There's a certain mafana, that's what they say in Tongan, but you guys don't know what I'm saying. So we have a theme song I always play for my podcast, Polynesian Vibes. So let's just set the mood real quick before we get this show started, y'all. Let's get it. Hey. Come here. Oh yeah, hope you guys felt that. Hope you guys felt that. Hope you guys felt the moods. Welcome again. If you guys are joining in, jumping in, thank you so much for joining in. We have a great show for you guys tonight. But before I start, and before I give the opportunity for the beautiful ladies to introduce themselves, I do have some announcements. To make for a lot of you guys have been asking questions about my show from the last podcast. And I just want to take the time to address some of the concerns and maybe complaints. No complaints from the last ladies. But I just want to give everybody kind of like let everybody know the purpose of my show. So the purpose of this show is to talk about the realities of today's modern day dating culture. I think based on my perspective, one of the biggest problems today I see is communication between men and women and accepting the reality of what men and women desire from each other. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I feel like this generation, my millennial generation and the next generation, I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of people are softer nowadays. A lot of people are sensitive when it comes to dating. I notice nowadays there's a lot of young men out there that have reached out to me based on what the content I put out that really don't know how to navigate throughout this world and know how to be a man. Because I do believe in order for a long-term relationship and marriage to work, for a lot of the guys out there, you can't be a boy. Like you have to be a real grown man to handle your responsibility as a man to make sure you give the love and commitment a woman deserves. So the truth is there's a lot of young boys out there that don't have the male influence, that don't have the role models to teach them how to be men. And for a lot of men out there, they have no idea how to attract women and they don't have no idea how to be in a healthy, committed relationship. So of course, you guys already know today's dating culture, we are in the age of casual dating and sex, instant gratification. We want things fast and quick. fast internet, fast delivery, with little to no effort. And that's how this generation is treating relationships today. That's why so many relationships fail, because people don't want to put the effort no more. And that's for the men. So that's what I see with the men. But let's flip it to the women, with the women's side. I do notice for the women, I believe it's also important for a lot of the women out there to hear from a man's perspective, but also from your perspective. We do have a lot of beautiful ladies out here. They want to share. We get an opportunity to hear their insight and their perspective. But I do believe it's really, really important to also to hear a man's perspective, which I'm going to provide you guys of what we go through as men and what we do from women. I have noticed there are a lot of women out there. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying there are a lot of women out there that's living their life with a certain attitude, lifestyle, and life choices that's not really attractive to a lot of guys. But most guys are not going to tell you guys this, because in real life, because in today's casual sex generation of casual dating, most men will never tell you guys the truth, and most men will never tell you guys what you want to hear, and they will never tell you guys this information that I will provide you guys, just giving you guys the reality and the truth. Most guys will just tell you guys what you want to hear. Let's keep it honest. Most guys will tell you what you want to hear to have sex with you. Let's keep it real. That's what guys do, you know. So they will just tell you guys what you want to hear, and once they're done, they'll just ghost you and find another girl that they're willing to do all the things that they never did with you, with the other girl that they're willing to commit with. And I see a lot of women out there, they're broken, and they wonder why this guy left me, even though you guys were with him, but then he left you and we're committed to another woman. So I do believe that these kind of conversations that we're gonna have today is really important to hear both sides, from not only from my side, but also from the women as well. And that's where I come in. I just wanna tell you guys the truth. That's why a lot of things I say may be confusing, maybe offensive, and maybe foreign to a lot of you ladies out there, because I do notice I do have a lot of critics out there. A lot of ladies are mad, a lot of things I say, but like I told you guys before, I'm just telling you guys the truth of what I see and the conversations I have with a lot of men. And I'm giving you guys the reality and the truth of why a lot of men are not committing today, why a lot of men are not attracted to certain women. So I want you guys to hear this information. For me, I'm very direct. I'm very honest. I just keep it how it is. That's always how I live and how I am. I don't sugarcoat things. I just call it how it is. So, you know, for guys, I keep the same energy, not only for the women, for the men. You know, for guys, if you're not handling your responsibility, then I'm going to hold you accountable. And like I said, for the same thing with women, I call it how it is for the same thing, and hold you guys accountable. And also, I welcome anybody to hold me accountable if you see things that I do. But I take a lot of pride in myself to make sure I carry myself a certain way, because that's how my parents taught me, and that's how my grandma taught me growing up in Tonga. So, but I do agree there's a lot of women out there that may not disagree, may not support, or may not believe in what I'm saying. But like this, you guys are all entitled to your own opinions, and I respect it. You guys all have opportunities to share your thoughts and share what you believe in on this platform. But honestly, for me, at the end of the day, we need to hold each other accountable for both men and women, so we can improve ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. I do believe the best dating advice one can give is not to pursue a man or woman. Just you can attract the right person by working on yourself to be the best you. But I do understand a lot of people today are not the best version of themselves, and they're not putting the effort. And a lot of people out there today are not willing to change. And that's why I say the biggest problem today is that people are not accepting the reality of what men and women want, what they desire from one another. All we're doing on this podcast is just having honest, unfiltered, raw conversations of what men and women want. But it is up to you to do what you want to do with this information. That's up to you. Because I do notice a lot of days, all I hear today is complaining. Why are men are like this, or why are women are like this? Everybody's complaining. But to be honest, talking doesn't get you anywhere in life. That's why I don't engage with people online in my comments. I know people say things about me, people talk about me, which you have all the right to. But for me, I just keep doing what I'm doing. I live my life. I'm constantly, I don't like to talk. I just like to focus on actual things and doing things, making things happen, making changes, making improvements, because that's how real life works. You can talk about the things you want for your life, or you want to change in your life, but if you're not putting the effort and making those changes, those actual changes, nothing's going to happen. So I just want to keep it real. I want you guys to make sure you guys to hear this information. I want you guys to, maybe a lot of you guys out there do want to put in the effort, do want to take accountability, do want something to change with your life, but nobody's ever gave you that information or gave you that guidance or gave you that tough love. So I just want these ladies out here to have this conversation with all you guys so we can give you guys the information. And I want you guys to maybe one day finally realize that everything starts with you, that you are responsible for your life. You can either complain about the desires of men and women, or you can be the man or woman they desire. It's simple as that. So I believe these conversations we have on this podcast are important so we can hear the real unfiltered truth to make you guys comfortable, to make you guys uncomfortable, because change only happens when you are challenged or uncomfortable. So I want to challenge you. I want to make you uncomfortable, so that way you can finally see the things you need to work on yourself. If you want to hear comforting lies, and you want, and that the world tells most people, if you want me to tell you you're so beautiful, you're so amazing, nothing's wrong with you, you are perfect, and why would a man or woman not want to be with you? Then you're on the wrong podcast, all right? You're on the wrong podcast, right? You can go to the Disney Plus and watch those fairy tales and those movies. But if you want to hear the uncomfortable truths, you want to hear reality, you want to hear the real world, and then maybe to see that maybe you're the problem, maybe something you're doing is not working, and maybe you need to make better life choices. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. Then this is the podcast for you guys, and this is why here, and this is why you're joining here, because you don't want to hear the comfortable lies. You guys want to hear the uncomfortable truths. And that's why we are on this show. So yeah, I had to get off that on my chest for you guys. Hope you guys excited. Now I'm ready for my show. Ladies, I want to ask you guys, anything you guys want to add to that? I just said my little spiel real quick to my little tough love, because that's how I was raised, in the tough loves, and that's why I am who I am. So I do believe people need that tough love nowadays, especially in today's dating culture. But yeah, ultimately, anybody want to add to that before we start the show?
Beautiful. Just wanted to throw that out there. And you're right. I really don't need anybody to tell me that. Okay, I've said my piece. Let's go.
Oh, anybody else? You guys are good?
No, just bring it. I'm ready.
All right, good. Yeah. All right, for sure. All right. So allow you guys to introduce yourselves. So thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for being on this podcast. And allow you guys to introduce yourselves real quick. I'll start with you, Naiatea, then we'll go to Tira, and then we'll go to Deslynn. Introduce yourselves, who you are, your age, and what you do.
Hey, what's up, guys? Obviously, I'm Naiatea Iuli. I live in Washington State. I'm 27 in July, and I am a realtor out here.
All right, that's nice. Okay, thank you. All right, Tira.
Aloha, my name is Tira Akina. I'm based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. I am 31 and I'm a network marketer.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. And then last but not least, Deslynn.
Aloha, I'm Deslynn Jaquias on the island of Kauai, and I'm a podcaster and I'm also an entrepreneur.
All right, cool. We got some beautiful ladies doing amazing things with their life. So I'm ready to give you guys some tough questions. Give you guys some tough questions. So ladies, the first question, I hope you guys are ready. I'll give you guys, like I said, the platform, how it works. I'll give you guys the first question and let you guys respond, and I'll give you guys an opportunity to ask individually your own questions, and then I'll respond to it. So ladies, the first question, I don't know if you guys watched the last 2 episodes. I've always started the podcast, ask you guys what you guys look for in casual dating and long-term dating. So for casual relationships, for long-term relationships. I've noticed so far that the last couple of guests, whenever I ask that question, they always want to give, the answers of like, I want a guy that's nice. I want a guy that's kind. I want a guy that's, all these things that you really can't figure out in the beginning when you do meet somebody for the first time. So I want to kind of focus more on tangible things, because when you meet people in reality, when you meet people in real life, you don't see the inside, right? So we make judgments based on how they carry themselves on the outside. So I want to focus more on that piece. So I want to ask you guys, what do you look for? What are the tangible things or tangible traits that you guys look for in men when it comes to casual dating, if you guys are into casual relationships, or when it comes to long-term relationships? So what are tangible things that a man has to do on the outside when you meet them for the first time that you feel like it's attractive, that may allow you to be attracted to them to be in a casual relationship, and also to be attracted to them to be in a long-term relationship? And that's my first question. And based on Naiatea's face, I'll ask you that first question to respond.
First of all.
Okay. I feel like one of those news reporters where it's just like, thank you for the question. No, I actually can't relate to the whole casual dating thing.
All right, so you don't do casual. Okay.
Yeah, casual. Okay. I'm always looking for long term, mostly because I just don't have waste, but I'm also not looking either, like at all. So I guess for just like plain and simple, if we vibe, we vibe. you know, that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm obviously, I mean, it's not even obvious. Don't be a narcissist. That's really, it's not obvious. It's just like if narcissistic tendencies, that's just not gonna go very well with me. But other than that, I don't really know what to be looking for because I'm not looking, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but so, if you were looking, I'm just like, if you were looking, and what would you be looking for?
I guess someone who is family oriented, someone family oriented, career oriented, or not even career, but just like wants to do something with their life, basically. And isn't afraid to excel at the pace that I'm excelling at, which is quickly. You know, so it's just a matter of matching my energy, matching where I want to be, or at least entertaining it. You don't have to be where I need to be. You could at least support it, or at least be like, yeah, I could see myself there one day. And if you're not into that, which is fine, but if you're absolutely just kind of like dogging on what I want to do, or see my dreams and my aspirations as ridiculous, no, you're ridiculous. Get the hell out of my life, basically.
Okay. So when you said family oriented, you know, that's pretty self-explanatory. But I do want to go in. So when you say career oriented, like what does that mean, like in specifically, like for you?
That you just want to do thing with your life, really.
So like, is there a certain level, certain job, certain career? Because if a guy wanted to have a career at McDonald's, is that something that's interesting to you, or like I just want to go down specifics?
I mean, no, you have a very good point. I wouldn't judge it, but basically, my dream job is to be a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife. So if you know what I mean, which means either I have funding to support that, whether it be passive income, or you are supporting that for the family. But I just don't see that supporting where I want to be, plus my 5 kids that I don't have yet, you know. Like, that's a lot of kids, you know what I mean? I just don't see working at McDonald's supporting 5 kids type thing. So so no, it's just kind of a little bit bigger than that.
So for you, I want to ask you this question. So for you, as long as you can have a career that can support your lifestyle right now, maintain it, and also be able to support the 5 kids that come on in the future, because I think last time I saw like the average cost for a kid nowadays is like $250,000 if you're going to support them all the way to their 18.
Right.
But yeah, so for you, they have to have a career that can support your lifestyle you're currently living right now, and make sure that you can support it for the extra expenses and extra kids that you're going to have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like a career, but it just needs to be, without getting into technical terms, I don't necessarily want a street pharmacist, if that makes any sense, but if the money's going to support us, I'm totally okay with that too.
You just don't want to know what goes on.
I want to ask you this question. Are there certain careers that you won't date?
I don't know.
McDonald's.
McDonald's is one of them.
Just kidding.
Unless they own the franchise, right?
Exactly.
All right, so if he's the manager, no?
I mean, if he's the manager or runs the franchise, I guess, but it's more like, if you can support it and you can also have the time to be home with me instead of like slaving all day and just being like 18 hours a day over there. It's like, it's a big thing for me to be able to spend time with me, because that's my love language. But it's also a huge thing. Like, I don't care what anybody says, money brings the opportunity to have that type of freedom, you know? So
stability is important to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I know on my last podcast when I asked the ladies, they said that they don't care about stability. They just want a guy that has emotional vulnerability and communication, that they'll do all the work. But for you, you want the guy has to be stable.
I mean, I need to throw out there so nobody thinks I'm like this heartless bitch. But you know, need to put it out there so y'all like, oh, this girl, okay, the way she parts her hair is so tight back. She's really stuck up now. It's like, okay, first of all, like, you know, like I'm really, really sensitive. Like I need that type of emotional connect, you know, but
what's more important? You know, what's more important in the priorities? The guy that has stability or the guy that has emotional vulnerability, but may not have that stability.
Setting me up in a trap for this one, you know?
No, I'm just asking a question because like because me personally, I do believe that the best thing a man could do to be responsible for his woman and family is to work on himself and build up his career and build up his purpose. And then I think that's so important because I always compare things to real life. Real life, we have to pay bills. Real life, kids cost money. Everything is expensive. So I believe there's a lot of women out there saying, "Oh no, we don't, you know, we don't care about your stability. We just care about your vulnerability and emotions." And then they'll be with that guy, and then they'll leave him for the guy that has the stability. So I think in reality, stability is really, really important to be able to make sure to take care of your family. Because if you look at the divorce rate, 80% of divorces is initiated because of financial difficulties.
True.
So that's the reality that we live in. So that's why I'm asking these questions. So I just want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that as far as that goes. I wouldn't really pick one or the other because personally, it wouldn't really matter as long as you have the ambition and you're ready to, you want to make the move. So if like, let's say at the time we meet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, we start dating and you're not where you want to be and I'm not where I want to be, but we talk about it and we have these conversations where it's like, I'm going to take these, like I'm going to do this X, Y, and Z so I can hit these goals. Then that's where it doesn't matter for me because we are working towards that. But if you're literally okay with just being like, nah, I'm just going to be over here, blah, 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 I'm cool with this, I'm going to stay here 20 years, da, 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 without even thinking about like anything else as far as like not entertaining investing, not entertaining, it doesn't even have to be invest. If you're not entertaining growth is where I'm at.
Okay.
If growth, then I'm just not there with you. Otherwise, it doesn't matter for me. I need the emotional aspect. Like I need that as a woman. I need someone to tell me that I'm pretty and that it's okay. And I don't have to worry about that stuff. I like being that person. And it's like, you know, the disgusting romantic shit that people don't like, oh, baby, this, blah, blah, blah. I like that shit, you know?
Yeah.
But it's not to say that I'm not willing to work with you as we get up to that goal because it's so much more fulfilling once we reach it together, you know? So I think that's just where I'm at.
Yeah. So for a guy right now, if he has to approach you, he has to be in the same level financially as you or more?
I'm going to be entirely honest. If somebody approached me, I would 100% turn them down.
No, like I'm just saying, I know because you're not open right now, but I'm just saying is, you know, when you are open, if a guy did approach you, if he's not making the same type of money as you under equal terms or more, then he has the best shot with you. And the guy that's making less or nowhere close to what you're making, does he have the same amount of opportunity with you?
Yeah, if he's willing to grow, it's not about the money for me.
Okay, so if he meets you and he's making less money than you, as long as he's willing to grow to either match your level or go surpass it, then you're good with that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, so he can't just be at the make less than you and then be comfortably staying there. He doesn't. It's
not a matter. It's not about the amount. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So it's not about the amount. It's just don't be stagnant.
Okay, when you say it's not about the amount, I mean, but I did mention before McDonald's, so the amount, there is a certain amount to people's jobs.
I know, but why did you bring up McDonald's?
No, because
he could start at McDonald's, but if he's growing to be better, then right?
Yeah.
I was just using that example because I do hear a lot of ladies, oh, I don't care about the guy's job, you know, I love him for what he is, and then okay, you guys date the guy at McDonald's, and oh no, hell no.
Yeah, no.
All right, so I'm calling. I want to keep it real. Okay, so make sure you're not saying the truth. So you're saying that you care about the guy the guy that's inside, the guys hear that, and those guys work at McDonald's feel, oh, I have a shot, but then you break their heart. So I'm saying, so I want to keep it real.
It depends.
So for you, they
Yeah,
have to. So for you, as long if they meet you, they have to grow. Like they can't just be stagnant. They can't just be average, and they can't just stay where they are. Like for you, it's either they have to constantly be growing financially, and in their career, in what they're trying to do for their life.
Yeah, or just their self, like them as a person.
Okay, yeah. So you want, okay. So the guys, they have to grow. So if they're not growing, if they're not improving, you're not gonna not only be attracted to them, but you won't take them seriously long term.
Yeah, because basically it's like, okay, and I have a kid. So in my head, I'm just, what are you bringing to my table?
Okay.
That I already have.
All right. Well, that's good. No.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's absolutely right. That makes sense for you. You're a mom. You have kids. You have expenses, and that's the reality, right? That's real life. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. And you want 5 kids.
Four more.
4 more.
And I have a whole plan. Don't.
So they better come here. They better come right. They're gonna. All right. So yeah, that's good. No, that's what you want, and that's healthy. All right, that makes sense. All right. Okay, so that's financial stability is one. So that's like the most important thing, financial stability that's tangible for you. Anything else that comes to mind for you, Naiatea? Anything tangible, anything a tangible trait, like a physical trait or physical thing that they have to do to be attracted to you?
To be attractive to me?
Yeah.
They gotta be taller.
Taller. Okay, good. So taller. So short guys. So what about same height? Same height? Can you work through same height? No. No shot.
No.
How tall are you?
What about if he's shorter than you, but he has a love and he's willing to say he's a nice guy, he's stable, has a job, he has the money to take care of your 4 kids, and he's loyal. No?
You have to have some kind of like Jesus shot, because I know.
No, keep it real. Don't bring Jesus in here. Keep it real. Don't put Jesus in here. Keep him away from the After Dark podcast.
Sorry, it's not their fault. It's his. But I just no, it's just very, very rarely, and this really sucks to say, but it's like very, very rarely are you going to go to the library, assuming you go to the library, and pick out the book that doesn't pop out to you because the cover is like banging. I hate saying this because it's just like, oh, you can't judge a book by, shut up. Everybody judges the book by its cover. Everybody.
There you go. It's life.
Okay. I'm 5'8", 240, right? I'm 5'8", 240. And I wear my weight really well, and I pride myself on that. In heels, and I like to wear them. In heels, I am 6'1".
Wow.
I'm 6'1". Okay, so not only am I already like a larger woman, like, it just does not make me feel secure about myself as a woman if I have someone who I'm just like, like without heels. Like I have large hands, I need someone who like my hand doesn't enclose theirs when we're holding hands and doing that cute shit, because it's just like, I don't want to feel like the man.
Okay. What if the guy's wide? He's hella wide, but short. He's wide.
Or
so he's like, yes, got big hands. He's wide, and but he's
wide
like
and short sounds fat.
So you're saying he's fit, wide.
I'm just saying he's wide. However you guys want to perceive that and want to make that out, I'm just saying he's wide. He got big hands.
Like I don't care about like width.
Oh, you like the length? Okay, all right.
You're not. No, but like, for example, the guy I'm seeing right now is 6'4", and it makes me feel really, really comfortable because I'm shorter, right?
I think I froze, maybe. Oh no.
But then it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just, as a woman, and this is just for me. Excuse me. I am a lot larger. I don't really have a choice in not in wait in feeling dainty and little and like the woman and being like, oh, fragile, because I'm just fucking not, you know. Like I could literally put my arm on you and you could feel it, like it would hurt. Like I'm heavy and I like that. I just can't have you being like, make me feel like I'm heavy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't even be like, damn babe, you're like heavy. Like shut the fuck up. I know.
I cannot crush him.
Just gonna flick him and he's like, oh.
Girl.
But I just tapped you.
That was just
Like you tap him and he fly across the room.
Okay. So the guy has to be tall, right? So the guy has to be tall. And if he's 5'8" or less, he has zero shot.
if he's under 6 foot, he has zero shot.
Oh, so 6 foot, zero shot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's respectable.
I mean, I feel like we're allowed to have preferences. So
No, that's true.
Definitely.
yeah, I'm
That's
not
true.
every guy's cup of tea either. Like I'm a lot bigger than people want, you know, I don't care, but we're allowed to have preferences, which is where I see where you're going with this. So I'm just like, oh, you want to know preferences? That's fine. That's good. And it brings me to my next thing where it's like guys are just kind of like, oh, I don't like girls who like I prefer women who don't wear makeup. So then go find a fucking woman without makeup. Like what? Like what? Like I prefer a 6'4" dude, but here you are standing in front of me wasting my time. Like what was that for? You know, I just don't understand.
I would say this, right? I feel like we have to be whatever we ask from the other person, we have to be able to accept that from the other person as well. So if I know for a lot of women out there, the height is an important thing to you guys, right? Tira, I'll get to you guys asking for the height, but for most women I meet, like I say 99% of women I meet, they prefer to date a guy that's either the same height or taller.
Wait. You said same height?
Most women I meet is either they prefer the same height or taller. A lot of them small amount will never they will never date a short guy. Like if you're shorter than her, like most guys, like most girls I talk to, like you have no shot. All right. Which is fine.
Or same height. I'm short enough. Like
yeah.
they don't need to be my height.
Okay.
Like I was saying, you know, I can't have the guy the same size as me. No.
Yeah.
I can't be fatter than the dude. No.
That part.
So this is one thing I would say, and for all the men and women listening out here. So I think it's absolutely okay. You guys have your preferences. We should have our preferences. But the only thing I would say is if you're okay that you judge the type of men that you want to attract or date based on a physical trait, which is height, right? Because height is a physical trait, right? Then it should be okay for men to judge women based on their body, because a lot of guys want a woman that has a nice body. That's also a physical trait. The one thing I do know nowadays, if a guy says, hey, I want a woman that has a nice body, or if they tell the woman, hey, maybe, you know, can you get a little bit more fit, a little bit more healthy? A lot of women would take that as a negative. Oh wow, like that's so degrading. He's gonna judge me based on a trait. But the thing is, women do that all the time with men based on their height. So all I'm saying is that's all I have to say is, if you want to, whatever you ask out of the person, reciprocate that from the other person. I do notice that there's an uneven balance where the person says, hey, I want this guy to be a certain height, but then they get mad when a guy says, well, I want a woman that has this certain body. So I'm just saying, just reciprocate that same energy. Don't be one-sided. And that you ask this from one person, but you're not willing to accept that from other people. That's the only thing I would say about that. And that's what I see today in today's dating culture. People want you to bring to the table, but they're not willing to bring the same energy for what the other person is asking out of them.
What you're saying is true. It's
Yep,
true,
go
but
ahead.
why are you settling for that? If it's not what you want, why are you settling? Both sides.
Both sides.
why are you even with that person if you're trying to alter them? They can't grow a couple inches.
Yeah.
Like, if that's not what you want, you don't have to be there.
Yeah.
That person doesn't have to be there.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's like you're settling for something that you don't want. Why?
No, what I'm saying is, if you are out there, if you're out there and you only pick men, that are taller than you, right? Which I don't mind, because that's your preference. Then we shouldn't judge men if they want a woman that has a better body.
Agreed.
That's on them.
Well, yeah.
But the guy says, "Hey, I'm
it's
sorry, I
true.
can't be with you because you don't have the adequate body I'm looking for." Then you don't judge him about that. So if a woman tells me, "Hey, I'm too short," I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, I'm not gonna judge her for that. Like I said, I'm not gonna hate her or judge her for. I'm not gonna shame her for that. But this is what we do today. This is what we do
Wait,
today.
Yeah. But why would you even show them
Women
interest? Why would you
because
entertain them in the
I'm
first
open.
place? You don't need to. You don't even need to say shit.
No, I'm
to
just
them.
saying it. But I'm saying that's how it is today. It's like we that's how I told you before early in the beginning.
I don't judge.
We constantly shame people for their choices and what they want. But that's what I'm saying is we have to accept the fact that women and men have different preferences or what they want to be attracted to, and let people choose who they want to be with, and not shame them for their choices.
Yeah.
And sometimes people because of the shame, they'll settle for somebody, or they're afraid to actually date the person they want to date, and they end up with the wrong person. So I'm just saying, people, be honest with what you want. You know, if whatever you want from your relationship, just make sure you reciprocate that back. So if you want guys to date guys that have a height that are taller than you, that's fine. But just don't get mad if you meet a guy one day, he says like, "Oh, you don't have the body I want." Don't get mad at it. Don't be mad because you do that. Women do that all the time with men, because you guys are only willing to. You guys, all the guys shorter than you are invisible.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree with that, in the sense it
Mm-hmm.
should be common sense. And I know it's not. I also didn't realize that people are actually saying straight off the bat, "Oh, you're too short." Because first of all, I would never say that.
Oh,
You know what
women
I mean?
out there.
Never say that to, like, I do, like, in the work that I do, I have to message people, or people message me on, and just like, it's just the networking part, and that, that's normal. But then you have the ones that are just like, hey beautiful, hey this, blah 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 blah, or hey, do you have a boyfriend, hey this and this. If I would never be like, hey dude, you're really short, hey dude, you're really little, hey dude, you're X, Y, and Z, hey dude, you're ugly. I would never say that, because like, I'm just not an ass. I would like, my thing really is, no, I'm not on the market. No, I'm not looking. Thank you so much for, like, I appreciate it. I'm flattered. I'm really, really kind about it. Unless you're obnoxious and you straight up call me a snob, then it's just like, no, go fuck yourself. Otherwise, I'm pretty nice about it, as far as letting someone down, which like surprises me that there are actually people who are like, it's like saying, "Oh no, you're too fat for me." That sounds cold as shit, even though it is the reality.
Yeah.
But I would never say that to somebody who's like, "Oh, under 6'1". Oh, under 6 foot. Like, that's funny. Kick rock, dude. I would never, ever, ever say that, which is like, it blows my mind that that's a thing.
Okay.
Right.
Let me ask you this, and this is like I know I'll ask you guys at the end. I have a hypothetical question, but yeah. So okay, we got a response from Naiatea. I'm gonna move on to Tira. Tira, so same question for you. What are the tangible things that you look for, physical traits that you look for a guy, and for casual dating? Because the reason why I say casual dating, because that's today's generation of dating. Some people only do committed, some people only do casual, some people do both, and that's why I'm doing both, because it relates to today's modern day dating. People do both casual or long term, but it's up to you. So for you, Tira, what do you look for, tangible things or traits that you look for in guys to be attracted to, and in casual or long term?
Casually, I I don't even consider it dating. I would like to say for both, it's physical looks for me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I don't
physical.
want to.
So he has to be when you say physical, what does that mean? He has to be like cute,
To
attractive.
me, he has to be handsome of some sort. I know everyone's
Okay.
definition of handsome is
All right.
different, but to me, it's like, I want to be physically attracted to you. Once I get to know you more along down the line, it's probably not going to matter because I've dated some
Okay. All right.
bad
So,
people.
so
Bad looking people, but physical is a big thing. You don't want to spend the rest of your life looking at an ugly person.
So he's ugly. If he's ugly, he has no shot.
No, because
Keep it real. Keep it real. No, keep it honest.
First impression, I'll go off of looks. First impression, I'll go off of looks. Like how big, how fat, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, as I get to know you more, then things shift. You don't have to be the greatest looking person, but that's what I look for at first.
So what percentage of if a guy doesn't have the looks, that he's ugly as hell, what percentage of shot does he have with you? Like 80%, 10%, 20%?
Honestly, like there hasn't been a lot of people that stuck out to me.
Okay, 0%.
You really have to have. I don't know if you guys watched Hotel Transylvania.
No, I never seen that movie.
They have a thing where it's like a zing, and it's like an instant kind of connection. Yeah. And it like you need that. Like for me, it's so all these people that's dropping in my DMs, that's doing all this. It's like, okay, first off, I'm not feeling it. I'll look at you. Sometimes I'll add you if I think you're cute. Well, prior, I'm in a relationship now, but prior, and it's like, okay, there's nothing. Even like if you say one line, it's like, okay, not interested.
Okay.
But there will be this certain vibe, this certain spark that would be like, this may be something. Does that spark come from the physical, or does it come from the emotional or intelligence of them? I'm trying. Where does that spark come from? Originate from? It's just you can't really explain it. It's like a internal feeling, kind of like an instinct,
I mean, there has to be something
that with a lot of people.
Okay.
And so I think that's why like a lot of people either jump into relationships because they need somebody, or they wait it out to that perfect someone. I'm not gonna say perfect, but damn near close to what's on your list.
Okay. So for you, the physical part matters to you, to be sexually attracted to that guy. I do want to ask you, just to put in context, I want to see like what is attractive to you. Can you name a celebrity right now that we may know of that's really attractive to you? I just want to see what is attraction to you? What is attractive to you?
The actor that acted as Ragnar. I like long hair. I like Ragnar, long hair.
Well, like, who was that?
He was kind of short though. I think the actor is short.
Wait, what movie? What movie?
Right, he's in the Vikings.
Vikings.
The series.
Like talking about the main character?
Yes, him and then his son. Or
Okay, what about the Islanders? So is there a famous Islander right now that's kind of attractive to you? So I kind of get the feel for it.
Like I used to like Jason Momoa, but now he's like
never.
Whatever.
Oh, so you're looking for the Jason Momoa.
Everybody and their mama loves him. I'm like, who else? Oh, I used to be in love with Sunny B, but now I'm like,
So is that the level? Is that the type of physical looks that you're looking for right now? That's your standard?
No.
Be honest. Hey, be honest. I don't mind.
Like I said, I will start off that way, but if there is a spark, then it doesn't matter. But that's my intentions.
Okay.
Like I said, my exes aren't cute.
But you had that spark with them?
Yeah, both of them. No, it's because like yeah, for me to settle down with you, there has to be something.
Okay, so okay, I'm just trying to figure this out. Figure this out. It sounds like
It's
Chinese.
just this weird connection. Obviously, if you don't know it, you haven't felt it. You know, there's just some people that you connect with right off the bat.
Is it more like communication? Like you just, you know, sometimes you meet somebody, you just communicate well with them, it just flows, the conversation goes. Is that what you're talking about? The conversation flows, you have similar interests, similar goals, similar vibes.
More to it than that. I can talk to a lot of people and be so friendly and interact with them so well, but it's something else that sparks.
Like more intimate is what it is. Because if like previous the same age as far as like, okay, not Jason Momoa, I've never found him attractive, but it's like, you know,
now he looks
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't mind a grungy look. But it's just him specifically. It's not really a thing. Sunny B, yeah. I mean, but it's like if he came up to me and decided like he was done with whatever it is he's doing and was like, hey, Naiatea, I think you're really attractive. I really want to like sell me, like I want you to sell my house and then we can go out to dinner and stuff. I'd be like, I mean, your face is nice and all, but that's about it. Like I know what you're like, Tira, you're right. It's just like, it's not, nah, that's all it is.
But it has to be like the vibe has to come from something. Like, is it the laughter? Is it the humor? Is it his openness? Is it the kindness? Is it just the respect that he approaches you? There has to be something that originates this part.
Does it have to be? Because I really feel like it's kind of like that Twilight thing where you just kind of imprint on someone. You know, you just kind of like, you just vibe with them, whether it is you have a solid conversation or, you know, I feel like it's what you like. So what Tira was saying too, I was just like, yeah, no, seriously, because if one of those attractive people came up to me and started spitting game, I'd be like,
or was it a game? Like, was it they had nice games? Like they knew how to approach you? They had game? Is that it, Tira?
Wait, what was that?
No, I'm saying, did they have game when they approached you? Is that what you call it, the spark? Like they just know how to talk to women? They know how to make you feel good?
No, it's none of that. It's just like an internal feeling. I can't explain it because it's just hard, but you kind of know.
Okay, so the taller, more attractive is, you get that feeling a lot more.
I do like taller. I'm short. I don't like same height. I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". You cannot be 5'3". You cannot be smaller than me. I'm tiny as it is. You can't be smaller than me.
Okay.
You gotta be able to lift me up.
Right. You marry me, you better be able to carry me over the door.
Basically.
Not the other way.
All the short guys out there, all the short guys,
strong. She just saying. She like look up to bottom.
All the short guys.
Yeah. You know, I like inches. I don't like 5 inches. I like freaking inches. You gotta be giant now. You don't gotta be giant.
So what's your preferred height? What's your preferred height?
I would say 6.
6 foot
or taller.
Okay.
But like I said, I mean, I've been with someone that was right under 6 feet.
Yeah.
You just can't be shorter than me, as short as me, or even like 5 inches taller than me.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be skinnier than me. I cannot be with a twig because I'm a little bit like that. You can't be a twig. I'm sorry. Like,
regardless of,
I don't want to say this, but like, it feels weird with your legs. Like, Oh, you're
She doesn't want to hurt him.
I'm not talking about the third leg. I'm just talking their body in general. And you're like, wow, I can really wrap my legs around you. And it's not like
Talking about this.
crossing. It's like, oh, yeah, no. Sorry. You're gonna break or something. I don't know.
So for you, he has to be tall, be attractive to you. All right. What about financially? Does he have to meet you at the same level? Can he be average or just stay in the bottom, or does he have to grow, constantly get better? Like what are you looking for as far as stability?
I don't mind if they start off low. Like Teo was saying, as long as they're growing. As long as they're growing. Everybody starts at a low point.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody starts somewhere, but you don't just stay stable. Don't just stay there. Like, especially if you're trying to buy a house, you have more family. Like, you can't just be comfortable at being that low.
Yeah.
I want someone, with ambition and goals, and, we can set some of those together. I want someone with multiple streams of income.
Nice.
And whether, like I said, if they start off with one and low, that's fine. But as long as they're building alongside me with it, I am totally down. I'm not looking for like richness. It's more so that freedom that comes with money. Money is good, but there's a lot of freedom that comes with it. There's a lot of time that comes with it as well. I don't only want to be financially free. I want that time. I want all aspects.
Okay.
So
all right. So you want a guy he has to constantly grow and be able to take care of you. And he can't be stagnant, he can't stay the same.
Well, he doesn't have to take care of me. Like, I can take care of myself, but I mean, it would be nice if they match that energy.
I mean, it's not about what's nice, about what do you want?
Oh, that's what I want.
Oh, so you want a guy that can match you and take care of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could take care of me. I could take care of him. We could take care of each other. Like, doesn't matter which way it goes. You just can't be stuck.
So you can take care of him, and you'll be okay with that?
Yeah, if he takes care of the kids.
So if he's a stay-at-home dad and you are responsible for all the bills, you okay with that?
Yeah, you better make sure he cooked too.
All right, so if he cooks and cleans and takes care of everything in the household, and you the breadwinner, and he doesn't have to work at you cool with that?
I'm going places whether he does it or not. He can stay home, but I still want him to do more.
Okay, so he can't stay home. So he can't be at home.
Oh no! I mean, he can man.
I'm trying to be more specific. I'm trying to be specific. Like,
okay, well, I mean, there's people that stay home and build empires. He can do that. We can both be stay-at-home parents while we're building.
Okay, so we gotta be. So you want a guy that, whether it's staying home or not, he has to be growing. He has to be doing something. He can't
constant growth.
Constant growth. All right, so you
unless we're at that comfortable level where our money's making money for us and we can just sit and chill.
Okay.
Take trips all over the world. Yeah, we gotta constantly be growing to get there.
Okay. All right. So you want a tall guy and attractive, and he has ambition, goals, and you want to build something together. Okay. All right, guys listening. All the guys. All right. Cool. All right. So we'll move on to Deslynn. Deslynn, same thing with you. What are tangible things you look for in a guy? Tangible traits, physical traits that you're attracted to.
Well, definitely somebody who's respectful of themselves and of me and is honest and funny. Because like I think in any relationship we have to be friends and have good communication. I'm divorced, and so
Okay.
I felt like there was a lack of respect, because when you have respect for yourself and you have respect for the other person, you're not gonna lie and cheat on them, you know.
Okay.
And I think if you're trying to like get to know somebody and they're not laughing at your jokes, or you're not laughing with them or at them, like it's boring. The relationship is boring, you know. And definitely you got to be attracted. Like I want to look at someone who I feel like, oh my god, you're so sexy and stuff like that. Like, you know, I don't want to just be like, whew, like I'm not gonna just be with you just to have someone there, you know what I mean. And then like what they're talking about, like I'm financially responsible. I'm a single mom, and so I'm able to maintain. I don't need you to, you know what I mean, like take care of me. I can take care of myself. But yeah, I think I love to eat. So definitely somebody who likes to eat and travel. And because I'm like doing a lot of things like podcasts and business stuff, like I want someone who respects my ambitions and is not going to judge it or discourage me from doing what I enjoy doing. Because some guys wouldn't want me to be on social media, because I know Tara, like we're on social media like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. Like I don't want it to be like, oh, now that we're together, you can't be on anything. You know what I mean? Like controlling, toxic and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Now you said that you handle your, I know you make your own money and you're stable yourself. Would you be, so does a guy have to match that, or like are you willing to take care of him financially?
I'm willing to take care of him financially. I just think that the guys that I'm attracted to are guys who are not only funny and enjoys to laugh and stuff, but they have to be intellectually stimulating. Like I can't talk to a dumb person. Like it has to, like we can talk about anything. It has to be, you know what I mean? Like if their only answer is yeah, no, don't talk to me, because I want someone who has an opinion and can handle debates.
Okay. So if the guy has no job and it's still okay with you as long as he's funny and be able to handle conversation with you and make you laugh?
No, I'm not going to carry his weight. He has to be working. He has to be working.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, I was married, and you know, when I was dating, he was working at Starbucks, and I wasn't judging.
Okay. So if he, but does he have to grow? Say if he has a job, but you like say you pay majority of the bills, but he still supports some of the bills, but you pay majority of it. Is it okay with you for him to stay like that, and you're the majority provider, or does he have to like grow, like Tira and?
I think in any relationship there needs to be personal growth. I don't think we should ever be like, this is who I am, take me as I am, and I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Because I'm divorced for a reason, and I think we have to evolve every day, every week, you know what I mean? Like we're constantly changing. If that's not you, to each his own. But for me, it's like I'd rather be by myself then.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna force you to change. But if your attitude isn't about growth and, you know, motivation and stuff like that, then I'm not gonna waste my time.
Okay, so he has to grow. Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. And then what about height? Does it matter for you?
Well, I'm 5'1", so everybody's taller.
Nice.
Everybody's taller.
So is 5'3" okay for you?
Yeah.
5'3", 5'1"? What was same height? What was the same height as you?
You know, cool? It's so funny because I'm like, when you're talking to everybody, I was like, dang, like how tall is everybody I dated? I was like, everybody was like 5'8" and above. And it wasn't because I was trying to be like, you have to be a certain height. I'm short, so everybody's tall.
Okay. Would you date a guy that's shorter than you?
Before, back in the day, I'm not a kid anymore. I like dating guys that are like 6 feet and taller. But I'm not that, like I said, I'm not, they don't have to only be 6 feet because I'm short.
Okay. All right. Okay. So but would you date a guy that's shorter than you?
I will, but right now I like someone who's taller than me, so I'm good.
You would be pretty damn short, man.
I'm not
Is
judging,
he of
but I haven't
age?
dated anybody shorter than me.
Did he hit puberty?
Damn.
Hey,
All the short guys out there. Damn, you got shots fired, man.
no, we love you guys.
Shots
It is what
fired.
it is.
All right.
There's no
But-
hate. You're just not our preference.
I mean, they could say the same thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, but they could say the same thing for me. They could be like, okay, damn, like Amazonian woman over here, or like fucking
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I'm
gorgeous
saying.
Bigfoot over here, like walking around looking like whatever. It's like, okay, but I know this. You know, like, okay, but I'm aware that I'm a big girl.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be surprised if I'm like, you're really fucking short, dude. It's like, you shouldn't be like, oh, what?
Wait, does anyone know what the average height of a man is?
Yeah, it's 5'8".
Oh, yeah. That fits right in.
So
Anyway, that's
what
in
I'm
America.
getting-
That's in America. I don't know about other countries, but in America.
Oh,
Taller.
Yeah. So
What about
all right.
Polynesia?
what about females?
Yeah.
think-
Female height?
5'5", I think.
I think
5'5",
I think it's like 5'5" with brown
5'5".
eyes.
5'5". All right. No, it's fine.
I'm
All
not
right, so-
average height.
All right.
Nice.
All right. So okay.
I'm above average. That's good to know.
All
For
right.
both.
And hella cute.
As a man too. This is great.
All right. All right. So
Look at me.
all right.
Without heels too.
Look at me. I'm average as a man and above average as a female. I'm really going places, guys.
There's your growth, man.
Oh man. All right, that's cool. No, it's cool. No, don't think, no, like I said, that's what you guys want and that's what you guys are looking for. I do want to ask you guys all this. This question. And this is like a hypothetical. And because there are a lot, this is the thing. This is the one thing I do know. At the end of the day, we're all trying to find love, we're all trying to find people. But I do notice a lot of times that both men and women, we all have standards. Can we all agree? Right? We all have standards, right? We all have standards. But for me, when it comes to reality, because we all have this list of what we want out of a man and a woman, right? From both men and women. And we should strive for that, as long as you want to reciprocate it, as long as you want to put in the work for yourself. Don't expect the best from somebody and you want to give them the worst. All I'm saying is when it comes to real life, when it comes to reality, sometimes when you meet somebody, they may not have all the standards that you have. And that's just life and that's just real life. So sometimes, so you meet somebody and they may not have the things to look for, but they're very nice, they're very respectful, they love and appreciate you. I just noticed nowadays in today's modern dating, sometimes people are unwilling to compromise on their standards. I'm not saying you don't have to, but all I'm saying is if time goes by and you're getting older and you're not getting approached by men and women and you're not getting those options, and then there's just one person in your life that's willing to give you the world, but because you're not willing to compromise on standards, and that's something I just see from both men and women. So, and the question is, and you guys all want a guy that's 6 foot. I think Naiatea, and you guys want a 6 foot guy, but a lot of women want a guy that's 6 foot. But this is the reality. In America, 15% of men are over 6 foot. 15% of
15.
15% of men are over 6 foot. And that's including all the married men. That's all including all the gay men. That's including all the men that are in prison, all the men that are not even 18 yet. That's including all men.
So like your shot is only like 2% then.
So but this is why I'm bringing it up, because in reality,
taking my chances.
the more standards you have, right? The more that's fine. The more standards you have, which is what you want, your dating pool becomes smaller. And that's, I just want to put it out there. So I just think that we should have standards, but we should be open that if we do meet a person and they may not have all the standards you have, then I think it is fair to give that opportunity a shot. All I'm saying, because there's a lot of people out there right now. I know personally right now they're single, and then they're older, and their time is like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and then they're unwilling to let go of this certain standard, and they're gonna be alone for a long time or die alone one day. And all I'm saying is, like, in the perfect world, there's a very few selected people out there that you're gonna meet and have everything. If you're able to find that in real life, hey, God bless you. But in reality, is when you meet people, sometimes like they're not always gonna have those standards, and that's something I would always say. Like, know your standards, because like I said, you should be attracted to that person, you should love that person, you should be with somebody that you are very attracted to, right? You shouldn't settle, right? Because if you settle, then you're giving an opportunity that relationship may not work out if you're not really into that person like that. But all I'm saying is, that's whatever standards that we have, but just understand the reality. The more standards you have, the smaller your dating pool, and the harder your chances of finding that perfect guy that has the entire list. And that's something I just do notice for a lot of the modern day women and men. They want this list, and then they don't realize that the more standards and the things you have on your list, then you're pretty much eliminating the majority of the people that you're gonna meet. And I just feel like that's one of the challenges that people are looking for, these standards. So for me, like, I'm a tall guy too. I'm 6'3", but I'm open if I have to meet a tall girl and then she's attractive and we just vibing. I'll give it a shot. We're gonna have some tall kids. we're gonna have some monkey.
So you can handle a woman that's bigger than you.
Yeah, but you can handle a guy that's shorter than you.
You're like a headlock right there.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right. So
What?
What do you say, pal? It's like,
So my girlfriend,
what?
she's 6'7", and she didn't want to be with someone shorter, but she ended up getting married, and her husband is shorter. You know what I mean? But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as they connect well and they vibe well.
Yeah.
Some people like fat.
Yeah,
right.
I do have this hypothetical question.
It's just, you know what you want.
Yeah.
I do have this hypothetical question for you. So say if you say you're 50, right? Say you're 50 and you still haven't found somebody. And you happen to meet a guy. And you finally meet this guy that's shorter than you, and you're 50. Would you give him a shot?
I'm dying alone.
Well, I'm already happy single right now.
No, okay. Well, see, it's easy for me because I have exactly what I want, if that makes any sense. So it's easy to be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But G-man, don't do this to me. But if I have to go back on the market, if that makes any sense, it's not going to happen. I just refuse. This is it for me.
All right.
But if I have to go back on the market, that's exactly what it is. Like, because I know what I want and exactly that. If for some reason there's someone who is 5'8", is like, we vibe, like we are basically twin flames, right? First, we're twin flames. Then that will be the exception to my rule. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Right. I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
to me, as long as you connect.
Yeah, because it's like, dang, because my ex was not at all my type. At all. At all. And that was a different story because it wasn't so much that I was like, oh, so in love with him. That was just a different headspace that I was in, that I wanted something so bad. He checked the boxes that I wanted, but didn't feed me the way I needed to be fed, and it fell apart. So it was like, he was taller than me. He was also in the military. He had all of these things. There were a lot of things that I just kind of excused. There were a lot of red flags that I excused because I wanted this image so bad that I sacrificed my mental health and my emotional health for it. Now I'm just like, sis, you're a bad bitch. You know exactly what you want. I have exactly what I want. So I'm like, kick rocks. So if I happen to be 50 and for some reason this guy's like, I'm done with you, I don't want to do this anymore, blah, 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 that sucks. If he's like, you know what, my preference is your teeth need to have less gaps in them. You know, like for some reason, this is his preference. It's like, I've decided I like girls whose teeth are more close together. See, more close together. Oh shit, that sucks. It's not me. Okay, carry on, whatever. I'm not going to look for another person. If it happens organically, or I'm dying alone in my mansion, in my, like, ruling my empire. That's just how it's going to be. So when you're like talking this, oh, you're 50 years old, the guy is shorter than you. No, I'm dying alone. So like, I'm dying alone with like pets and like my kids.
All right.
You know?
What about you, Tira?
Same. Like,
Same?
I see myself as, you know, if I gotta, like, if my relationship now doesn't work out, I'm gonna be single for the longest time. And if that means I'm a fucking old crazy, not cat lady, dog lady, then that's what I'm gonna be.
Lady.
Okay.
Like, I'm not, unless you come in and have that connection, like I'm always talking about, it's not. I know exactly what I want, and you don't need to check off all the 20 freaking, I don't even know how much is on my list, but you don't need to check off all the boxes, but you have to check off most of it. Because I'm not gonna settle for anything less than that. Yeah. I've been through so much shit with my exes that I know exactly what I want, and I'm not gonna freaking tolerate it.
Okay.
If you can't fucking please me in, you know, most of the freaking my lists, then you're not even worth it. I know my value. I'm not gonna freaking downgrade it to please you. So if I'm single for the rest of my life, I'll be having fun single for the rest of my life. Unless you come in and you're like, ding, okay, you know, but that's gonna have to magically happen somehow.
Yeah. Okay. And then, all right. And then, what we Deslynn? If you reach that
well, I don't know. I'm short, so that question doesn't pertain to me.
No,
said,
okay. So
in 4 years I'm going to be 50.
Yeah, if you're 50 and you're still single, and then you happen to meet a guy that has everything you look for, but he's just like 5 foot, but you're 5'1".
Yeah, 5'1". No, I don't know. I don't care. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be picky. It's just the guys I've been dating, when you look back, they're taller than me, and it's just because I'm short. So I look at personality a lot. Like, you know, if I can, like they said, like, can vibe with the person. Okay. But I'm cool with dying single. But I mean, by all means, you want to take me out to eat, I'm always down to go eat, you know?
Yeah. I do want to ask you these guys this question. Do you think it's possible for you to be happy with a guy that's shorter than you? Do you think there's a guy out there that's possible that can give you everything you need? That's because I know a lot of short guys is amazing. I'm just saying, like, but I'm saying, do you think it's good? The way you guys say it's like impossible. But I'm just saying,
it's not impossible.
Yeah,
it's just a very, very rare chance. Yeah,
the chances are just a lot slimmer. But I just feel like if you are human, or like if the fact that you have a soul and you have personality, you can't just shut it out. It cannot be finite, just because there are so many exceptions to the rule, where there are the Amazonian women who are with these like little, like 5'5" men, and they love them to death and vibe so well. So it's like, clearly it happens. So you cannot shut it down. You just can't excuse or dismiss it. It's just that, as Tira said, the chances are very slim. You know, like.
No. And the reason why I bring it up,
I believe anything is possible. Anything is possible. Nothing gets ruled out completely.
Yeah, you can never say never.
It's just slim chance.
Point one.
Like if you see space in there, I don't think so. But maybe like that.
Like, you have a better chance getting struck by lightning 3 times.
Or hitting the lottery.
Chance is still there.
Okay.
it's still a possibility, but that's probably what
All right.
the probability
Nothing
is.
gets ruled out.
Yeah.
Okay. No. It's for me. It's very interesting. Very entertaining as
Will's
well.
just like, what the hell's wrong with these women? Like,
No,
We're
I think
not
it's-
like, oh, we're just saying. Yeah.
No, I'm
yeah,
just saying.
I mean, obviously, like when you're saying this, like, I started to feel like, dang, I feel really shallow at this point. Like, I feel so shallow, you know.
You're
But
just
I mean,
super
You know what?
honest.
He's trying to like speak up for his friends for short. That's
But
what
it's because
No.
you know what you want.
yeah,
trying to
I
get them
No.
home.
I feel so shallow. But the fact of the matter is, like, the reality is exactly that. Your eyes just don't go towards certain things. Like for me in the relationship, I definitely want to be super successful, have multiple properties, and just like build and have that type of income so that I can be a like stay-at-home mom. But I also love the dynamic where the man is the head of the household and he's the breadwinner and he's the one doing this for me and I'm making the food for him and doing all that. That's just personally how I prefer to do it. So I just also know that it doesn't exactly feed a man's ego if I am this millionaire who's bringing in all this stuff and he's doing what he loves, but it's just like everything is taken care of because of me. And it's like, while he is the head of the household, my name is on everything. You know what I mean? So I get that type of thing, which is why it's important to me, at least for him to feel like his ego is, like for me to stroke his ego too, if that makes any sense. That is very difficult to match where I want to be, so it's hard. So when you were saying that, I was like, dang, now I feel really freaking shallow for what I'm looking for, like what I'm looking for in a guy.
I don't think it's shallow. But
No, I think you're good. I think you're good.
no,
It's apples and oranges, Will.
No, the reason no.
This is kiwis and passion fruit.
Or papayas.
No, the reason why, because this is what I would say. It's just very interesting to me because for me, the reason why we have this podcast, because we're talking about the modern day dating in today's culture in America, and it's just for me, everything that you guys are exemplifying is exactly what I see in today's dating market, where both men and women, we have these standards, and we're not willing to settle or overlook it for the purpose of finding a soulmate, for finding a relationship. And for me, I always like to study these things because if you look at other societies, like other cultures, like as long as the guy can provide stability, provide you help with a roof over your head, can take care of your kids, you love you, that's all. Like for a lot of other cultures, that's all they need. And as long as the woman can love you, give you kids, and give you that fidelity and loyalty. But if you look at other cultures, it's like that's all they need, and that's why a lot of other countries have higher rates of marriage. But here, particularly in America, it's just marriage and long-term relationships is not really happening a lot more often than any other generation. And one of the things I just noticed for both men and women, and it's just we have our standards, and we're not willing to let go until we're willing to live with that for our whole life.
Question then, if that's the case, if that's what you're thinking, what if you vibe what if you vibe with a man?
What do you mean?
Like your preferences, you know what I mean? If we're gonna talk about preferences, right? Because you just prefer, but like what if you vibe with a man?
Personally.
Like me, me vibe. When you say vibe, what context are you saying that?
What if you
swinging the other way?
What if you are like attracted to a man?
I'm not attracted to men.
So there's no chance at all.
Yeah.
I'm not poking fun. I'm just kind of going off of the whole
the height,
short guy thing, tall guy thing.
Yeah.
Is it totally different because of the whole gender thing that comes into play? Or is this like, is that where that doesn't relate? Or is like,
yeah, we're just right here. We're just talking about, because we're just talking about
whatever it is.
Sex. We're not talking about like homosexual relationships.
No, I was just asking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say that you're completely straight, but I know a bunch of people that were straight and veered off and was
That's
in
kind of where.
long-term relationships for like 5 years, and then they veered back to being straight again, and then we're like, what the fuck was that?
I
Are
guess
you
that's
bi? Are you gay? And they said, no, I'm completely straight. That was just a wrong turn. I was like, how can that be a wrong turn for 5 years? Like, you can't be either or, right? You're gonna have.
I know. I
Yeah.
was like, that's like a total like left field question, and I was like, I know this is gonna happen. I know, and I was like, I'm just gonna shoot it anyway since I feel like this is what that podcast is. But I was just like, would that apply? Because you know there are those exceptions, if that makes any sense, where it's like they just didn't know.
No, I mean, I feel like that's a whole different topic. It's a whole different topic than what we're talking about. No, what I'm saying is like because we're talking about the conversation we have is about standards and what we are looking for. And what I'm just saying is like, you know, I do believe that we should have standards of what we look for. But I'm just saying is if your main goal is to find somebody and to find a relationship, I do believe it's like there should be some like understanding, you know, that sometimes you're gonna meet people that may not have everything you want. But I feel like I feel like that it's not out of that you saw a lot of people today think that if you don't have everything that you want, it's impossible to find that love and fulfillment. And I'm just saying is, I feel like that there's a lot of people out there that if you're willing to give them a chance, and in life, I just believe that life is not perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world. And sometimes you're gonna meet somebody that may not have all the perfections that you're looking for, or the standards you're looking for. But then I notice nowadays in today's dating culture, people overlook that and overlook those people, and then they don't give them a chance. And then those people find relationships and they don't find relationships, and then they become 50 and they don't find, and they're still alone. And then they look back, because I know people like that now. They look back, oh wow, this guy, I should have been with this guy. I should have been with this girl, you know. But they just overlooked them because of that one thing that they weren't willing to overlook. And that's what I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. Like have your preferences, but just have an open heart, and kind of maybe like if you do meet somebody that's amazing, have that spark. I'm just saying it's like, you know, you should give them a shot. You may never know, that may be the most amazing person you may have. And
yeah, but like you said, have that spark.
Or maybe not a spark.
You know?
Maybe just entertain it, just build it. Because the relationship sometimes you have to build. Sometimes you meet guys. I meet people all the time that when I first met them, I had a negative impression and I thought they were like not a good friend. But then later on, as we got to know each other more, then we became best friends later, even though the first impression was negative. So
yeah, but that's what you're doing now. You build that relationship. You know, you're not really closing it off.
But that's what I'm saying. The reason why I was able to build it with that negative impression, because I'm a very open-minded. So even if I meet somebody have a negative impression first time, I'm willing to give them a chance a second time. But I know most people are not willing to give a second chance, especially when it comes to our standards. When it comes to dating, we're very closed when it comes to our standards in dating. But
they're very finite.
Yeah, but that's life. But there's good conversation. It's entertaining, ladies, and for all the guys out there. The guys out there, just the one thing I would say, one thing I could take away from a lot of what you said, the main thing you said that you wanted guys that had growth, that wanted to grow with you guys, right? So the one thing I would say for all the guys out there, if you're trying to date the modern day woman, you gotta grow. Like you can't be stagnant, you can't be lazy, you can't just do nothing with your life. And I meet a lot of guys like that they're just not doing anything, right? And I also meet a lot of guys that are very nice, very nice, nice, respectful, funny, but they're not doing anything with their life. They're not building anything with their life. They're not growing with their life, and they're very lazy. So I always tell guys, like, the first thing you should do if you want to improve, focus on yourself, improve yourself. But for a lot of women, growth and stability is important to them. So if you want to have the best opportunity to attract any woman you want, then I would always advise guys, well, you got to work, you got to put effort into yourself, be a great man, but then you can't just be lazy and do nothing with your life and be average and expect to attract the best possible mate out there. So if you don't work on yourself as a man, if you don't build a career, if you don't grow, then you're limiting yourself as far as your opportunities to attract a lot of women. You still attract, like we all agree, it doesn't matter what you do. There's always that one person that will take you.
Yeah.
In your work.
I think even if someone that doesn't grow, if you
they will
have that,
somebody. Yeah. Doesn't matter, even if you
can't. It's gonna be low, but if there's that magical energy.
Because I do meet a lot of guys that in the beginning, you guys all said that if you meet the guy in the beginning and he's not the same level, as long as he's willing to grow, you guys are fine with that. But because I do meet a lot of guys, like the woman's as the breadwinner, or she's the one that making more money, or she's in a higher level. And I always tell that guy, hey, your woman, I'm telling you, she may not tell you now. She's telling you she loves you now, but I'm telling you, and there will be a point in time because you need to grow. So, and if they don't believe me, no, my woman loves me. She, I can do. I just let me be myself and do nothing and have no job. And then like a couple of years later, boom, she dips, and then she goes for the guy that has stability, has that purpose and growth. So that's what
I do have a question for you on the opposite end. Basically, I know we have a little bit of time left, but what is it about? Are guys intimidated? Like, let's see, we got 3 really woke women here, right? 3 really strong personality, like strong-headed women here who technically don't even need anybody. What is it about? Is that an attractive feature for guys?
Okay, all right. This is the question that got me in hot. Everybody was coming for me. All right, so your question is what's your question? Why are guys intimidated?
I know.
What?
Are you?
What? She's asking if you guys are.
No, I'm just curious about how it's like it's kind of a common theme for the women as far as like the growth thing for the men, but what is it for the men towards the women? Do y'all need someone who's not growing? Is it like what is that what does that look like for you guys, or majority of the guys that because I don't really have this conversation with my guy friends basically.
So for me, this is what I believe. Men and women, we're different, and what we are attracted to is different because of our biology, right? So for men are masculine and women are feminine. So men, our love language is provide and protect. That's how we show our love. We always want to provide and protect for the woman that we love. That's why guys with masculine energies are very confident, very ambitious, very assertive. All right. For women, very feminine. You guys are more nurturing, guys more caring. That's why you guys are more open to be emotional, and we need that emotional vulnerability and connection for men. And that's why, and that's how we are different. So for us is, I think the biggest misconception in today's society is a lot of women think that the same traits that you guys look for in men are the same things that we look for in women, which is totally opposite through the lens of what we see. So for very masculine men, right, we're very confident ourselves. We're very independent ourselves. We're very, very strong ourselves. We are very assertive ourselves. So, and we love to provide and protect. So for us, because we are already masculine ourselves, we're going to be attracted to the opposite, which is the feminine trait. So if we see a woman that's independent, it does not mean we don't value her. It does not mean we don't respect her. It does not mean we're not we don't believe in what she's doing. It's just because of our nature and our biology, and it's a man, independence is not something that's very attractive. But a woman that has it's more nurturing, very caring, very, very loving, very friendly, we are more attracted to those traits. So for you guys, it's opposite. So for you guys are feminine. So you guys are attracted to those masculine traits like independence, a guy that's ambitious, a guy that's confident, a guy that's very assertive. He doesn't wait for things to happen. He goes out and make things happen. And that's the difference. I always tell ladies the same things you guys look for in men. So you guys are attracted to independence. So in your mind, okay, I like independent men. So the mistake is you guys think that men should look attracted to independent women, but it's totally opposite because of our natures in our biology. So it's not that it has nothing to do with intimidation. So when we see women who are independent, it's not like we don't respect you, we don't value. No, it's not something that's innately attractive because of the difference of who we are. The same way the reason why you guys are attracted to stronger and taller men, because that's your nature. You're a woman, you want that security, you want that protection. So it's in your biology to want a guy that's going to protect you. So that's why that's why it's naturally, like naturally you're just attracted to taller. You may not understand why you're attracted to taller guys, but that's your biology, because you want security and you guys want protection. For us, we are the providers of protection. So for guys, like I said, is when we see independent women, it's not something that's attractive, but it doesn't mean there's not an opportunity. But I just told a lot of, but especially the very radical independent women, like the radical,
Well, no,
I don't need a man. The one that screams, I don't need a man. Men are trash. Men, all men,
Yeah.
all men. Yeah, I mean,
But would you want a woman to grow with you as well?
so see, this is the thing, and women don't understand this. Because our love language is provide and protect, we don't need our women to grow. We don't need a woman to have goals and ambitions. For me, I can marry a wife, and I'm totally okay if she just stays home and takes care of the kids. She doesn't need to have a goal. She doesn't need to level herself up. As she just handle the business at home, and I'm okay with that as a man because that's my natural love language. Because your love language is not provide and protect, your love language is nurturing and care. So that's why when you meet a guy, you can't respect him if he's not protecting you, he's not providing you, because that's the masculine energy that you guys need. So that's why you guys.
Yeah. So is this for you? It's pretty much like the more independent woman, the way that they appear to you is that she basically doesn't need any protecting. So
Yeah,
why would right?
Yeah,
like
in the same way you guys see a guy that's shorter for you, in your mind, he can't protect from you. He can't be that the guy that's right. It's the same way you see that. So like, okay, that guy can't protect me. It's not like you don't value the shorter guy. It's not like you don't respect him. It's not something that's innately attractive to you. It's the same thing with independence for a lot of men. The one thing I would say,
you're not really attracted with someone bringing something to the table, as long as they take care of the household and whatnot. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. Because because I'm already the protector and provider myself. I don't really need that from a woman because I'm already doing that, right? So I'm just looking for me, because I'm already a masculine man myself. If I had two women, like I'll always be attracted to the one that I could be the provider protector for. And then when you meet independent women that they don't need the provider protecting.
So do you think, somebody asked this question, do you think that it's not possible for an independent woman to be nurturing? Because I feel like I've had to be independent, but I'm very nurturing. I know how to do.
Yeah, me too.
No, this is what I would say.
No, we're not trying to get you in trouble.
No. I love this. No, the independent woman, at the end of the day, for a healthy relationship to work, it has to be a balance between feminine and masculine, right? So you can be independent, but you just gotta make sure when you come home, you give him that feminine energy.
Like feed his ego.
Right, huh?
Yeah.
No, I mean for lack of I mean, it sounds like feed his ego basically. No, I mean legitimately feed his ego. Like
it's not really.
No,
I wouldn't say
not
ego because
it in a bad
no. I understand it. That's what women would say, but I'm saying it has nothing to do with the ego, has nothing to do with insecurity. It's just we have different energies and attraction based on our biology of being masculine and feminine. So you can be the thing. One thing I do notice for a lot, I've tried to date a lot of independent women, right? And it was really hard because like they bring
what did they say or do that was unattractive? I'm curious to like because women. What did they say that was like a turn off for you?
I will answer. Let me give you a perfect example so you guys can relate to what I'm saying. So when you guys, so you and Naiatea, if you meet a guy that's very feminine, very emotional,
caring, loving,
yeah, he doesn't have like confidence. He doesn't have assertiveness. He's just very emotional, very feminine. You know, you guys, I'm sure you've met very feminine men, right? Are you attracted to those type of guys?
Well, I raised my son to be able to feel like if he's sad, he can express it.
I'm just saying, like when you if you meet a guy that's very, because you've met masculine men and you've met feminine men, right? I've met masculine women, I've met feminine women. So if you can meet a guy that's very feminine, like are you guys? Is that something that's attractive to you?
Do you define feminine men? Because my thought process when you say feminine men is that they're gay.
No, feminine
no,
men,
I know. I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, are you just meaning that they are more like in tune with their emotions? They're a lot more sensitive type thing?
Yeah, I'm just saying that they have feminine traits, like they're very emotional, they're very caring, they're very nurturing. They don't have the masculine energy like confidence, assertiveness, ambition. Those are very masculine traits. So I'm just saying, if you meet a guy that's like, it's like because that's something I always hear from a lot of women nowadays in dating culture. Like, oh man, all these guys are like girls. All these guys are sensitive. All these guys are like, that's what women are saying
Fair
today.
enough. No, you're right. Fair enough. The answer to that for me is no, you're right. I need that assertiveness from,
So,
no, okay, yeah.
So that's why a lot of people, so if you meet a guy that's feminine, it has nothing, you're not insecure about that person. You're just not attracted. It has nothing to do with insecurity. It's not something that's attractive, right? And that's why, because if you say that feminine men are not attractive, then some people will say, oh, you're insecure if you're not willing to let a feminine man love you, if you're not confident enough in his ability, if he's too feminine. So that's what I'm saying is it has nothing to do with insecurity.
Feminine, maybe a little bit.
I'm just saying when our attractions, how we attract to each other based on who we are as men and women, we have different traits we look for based on our biology. So it has nothing to do with insecurity, and that's because people don't know this or people don't understand the biology. Because that's the culture today in society that we're pushing men and women to be equal. Men and women are equal. We can fulfill the same roles, and that's the culture we live in the USA today. That a woman can do a man's role and a man can do a woman's role. We're both equal, but in reality, like no, that's the reason why God created a man and woman is totally different. We're not the same.
So for emotional intelligence, I'm bringing this up because it's what you're talking about. Do you define that as you don't talk about your feelings type of things? Because what I find attractive in this dude is, it's weird because it's like, I like that he doesn't talk about his feelings, but when he does, because I encourage it, it's so sexy. It is so attractive when it happens, except it's also like, because it doesn't happen very much, I'm kind of like, okay, see, that's nice because I like to be the dramatic, emotional one.
Yeah.
You know, the one to be like, you know, sometimes I'll like schedule a fight to pick. Like I'll like schedule a fight to pick.
A debate.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's Thursday. Today he gets off at whatever. I'm starting a fight today. And
Hell no. To the no.
To the no.
Hell to the no.
And it's not even one of those like I'm gonna go start this like toxic fight, but it's just like to spark this like energy and they're just like okay, and it's not even like it's about nothing. It is about nothing, and it's just
long as
just
it
like
doesn't escalate to something crazy.
Yeah,
just
I think
that's cool.
I think I've done it so many times that it's just like he won't entertain it anymore. It's just kind of like, have you eaten? No. You know, it's like there's always these like factors type of thing. So it's just kind of like
go eat a Snickers.
Yeah, really, it's really like that. However, it's one of those so it's like he's just kind of like, are you done? Yeah, I'm done. You know, like, yeah, I'm done. Okay. That type of thing. But what I mean is just like, yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm done, but it's fine. But what I mean is just like, there's the when we communicate, I will get frustrated in the sense that it's like, I can't, there's no, like, it's not like there's nothing, but there's no, I want to know what he's like emotionally, but I don't want to know what he's like emotionally.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand it, and that's why we work together as a feminine and a man, right? So as a man, we're very masculine, but at the same time, we still need that feminine emotional energy from you guys, right? And if you guys are very emotional, but you also still need that stability that rock a man brings into the relationship, and that works in harmony, right? We complement each other. Our traits complement each other, right? I'm already strong, but I still need that love, that softness from a woman. The woman's already soft in emotion, but she still needs that rock, that foundation from a man, and it works out beautiful together, right? The problem is today, the men are feminine, and then the women are masculine. They got different energies. So I meet a lot of women, and I'm not saying all, but a lot of the women that I meet are very independent. I'm not saying all. I'm just saying there's a lot of them are very masculine. They have this masculine energy, it's just for me, I'm already masculine myself. So it's not something, is opposite of my, it's the same nature I have. So because of our biology, I'm always going to be looking for the feminine men, and same thing for you guys. So all I'm saying is like, for a lot of women out there, like they just to have this very masculine energy, and they know, and they act like guys. I'm gonna keep it real. They have the attitude like a guy, they act like a guy, they talk like a guy. And then for a guy, it's like, I don't want to date myself.
Valid point. Okay.
I want that. I need that softness. I need that softness.
But it could be a preference thing, because I've met people who are married or dating, and it's the reverse. Like, there's some people who are extroverts, introverts. There's some people who, and the man is just the one who's just more nurturing, and then the woman is more, and it works for them. It just, everybody's raised differently, and their mentality. So it just depends. It's just your preference, right?
The one thing I would say is, like, if you look at the people in your life right now that been married for their whole life, they're married their whole life, right? I'm not talking about people that married for 20 years and divorced. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking people that they've been married one time in their life, never been separated, never been divorced. They've been married forever. If you look at those people, it's very few. If you look at those people in your life, it's always because the man was a man and the woman was a woman. My parents have been married together, never been divorced, never been separated, right? My dad was a dad and my mom was a mom, and they worked in harmony together. It's not always perfect, but there always was a natural balance of masculine energy and the feminine energy. And I haven't seen a relationship where the woman was the man, and then the man was the woman. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen it yet in my life that they switch roles and it actually worked out for the rest of their life. I haven't seen it yet. The only relationships I see nowadays that actually they married and died together, that grew old together, was the man was the man and the woman was the woman, and it worked out. But I just see it today in this dating culture is like a lot of guys are not working themselves, so they have like feminine traits. And today's culture is so soft, everybody's so sensitive nowadays. And then of course the women, some of them are very masculine, or especially the independent men and women. One thing I do notice is people who are independent, like they went through something. It was like they had a bad experience with a guy, with a woman that they depended on, and they broke their heart. They had a traumatic experience in their childhood that they left that void in their heart. So the only way to deal with that trauma is they had to be independent. They had to be strong for themselves to survive that experience.
Yeah,
but they've taken that energy into their relationships, and that's when things kind of they struggle with attracting a healthy partner.
I think that for the older relationship, it's different because they actually got together at a younger age. It's not only that gender role, but they actually kind of grew together, and through trials and tribulations, they decided to make it work. They also didn't have access to billions of unknown people that could try damage them, so a lot of it was, well, we only have each other. And so that's where it's kind of different. Now everyone can go freaking talk to Tom, Dick, and Sue and shoot their shot, and it's just different. And like you said, people do get their heart broken, damage them big time. But I think back then people were willing, they're stuck in that mentality of the guy takes care of the family, the woman takes care of the household, the kids, everything. But there's so much distractions nowadays.
There's different dynamics.
I would agree with that. It's harder now because the temptations and is more nowadays. But I'm just saying is, if you happen to, once you meet that right person, that's why self-growth is more important and nowadays than ever, because you have to know yourself and love yourself and be able to attract the right people. If you're battling with inner issues and inner traumas and any inner conflicts, then you're always gonna be blinded by the pain, and you can't really see the right people. But when you do, I just believe that when you finally meet that right person, I just believe that it's always you have to have that healthy balance of masculine and feminine energy for a relationship to work, and that's just the way I see it. So, but yeah, Naiatea, thank you for that question. I really appreciate that
Oh, wait,
question.
I do have a question for
Yeah,
you.
I want to pass. Yeah, Tira. Yeah, go ahead. You have a question. Go ahead.
Added to that. So like for you, you're saying independent women aren't attractive, but what if both of you guys are independent and you do bring that masculinity and she does bring that feminine side to it?
Yeah.
Like, are you fine with that?
Yes. Yes. And what I'm saying is the relationships I do see that work is when the independent woman comes home, she's willing to take that hat off and put on that feminine hat.
Mm-hmm.
And willing to give that man that feminine energy. So I know independent women now that they're very career oriented, they have ambition and goals, but then as soon as they come home to their man, they're that feminine woman. Give him that.
Yeah, I think a lot of women are willing to be that way, but you have to be the right person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like I said, for a lot of independent women, they don't want to them, if they do that, if they become that feminine woman, they think it's submissive. They think it's I'm settling.
Oh no, take advantage.
No, that's a narrative
Right.
nowadays. If a woman, no, because I hear
Take me
you
on board.
hear that nowadays. Oh, I'm not submitting
No
to
comment.
no man. I'm submitting to no
Well,
man.
I mean, I don't know who you're talking to.
Man, like Tara, you want someone bigger than you for a reason.
Yeah.
You said it earlier, and I was like, my parents are watching, keeping it PG.
Right? You're gonna watch the replay.
Yeah, I know. These people are gonna be watching, and I was like,
right?
I gotta watch what I say. So like, you be saying all these things, and I'm just like,
filtered.
I know. I'm just like,
Wow.
do I say this? But I mean, you said it already. It's just like, okay, but we were all thinking it. Can you carry me? I'm 240.
That's like the number one. You listen.
For some perspective, I'm 5'8" and 240. So
That's what I'm saying. Like
there.
that's why for guys, like I said, like we don't need our woman to if we can find a woman that is growing and ambitious and has goals, yeah, that's fine. But for me, like I can marry a woman that's ambitious, has goals. If I can also marry a woman that doesn't do just wants to be a wife, and that's fine with me, because that's the masculine energy. And for you guys, it's opposite. You need that protection from a guys. That's why all of you guys said you want growth. It's because that's part of your nature as a feminine woman, that you need that protection, that security a guy has to provide you. Go ahead.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay,
Being, you know, how you say guys are, you know, the protector type. Do you like smaller girls because you feel like, not overpowered, but you feel like it's easier to protect someone so dainty?
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be honest. Like if women who are smaller, it is like there's a bigger attraction I feel for them than I do meet for a woman that's either like the same height as me. You know, but for me, attractive is attractive. Like for me, if I meet a woman that's like the same height as me, like she bad, oh, she attractive.
Yeah. Yeah.
she.
I had one Creole friend, and he was like, he moved down here from Sacramento.
Yeah.
And he was so set on like finding a big Samoan girl. Like he not as tall, but like stocky.
Yeah.
Because he saw it for breathing purposes. And I was like,
breathing
I'm
purposes.
sorry, what?
yeah, like he
say?
wanted big kids.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Breathing. Oh, I thought you
Breathing.
said breathing. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I oh yeah, breathing. Oh,
weird
so
flex,
I
but
was
okay.
like, I mean, whatever he's attracted to, but I'm like,
I hear women.
so
I
you
hear
like
ladies say
bigger
that.
women. Cool. That's all for you.
I mean, I see.
And that's another question I had. Sorry. Do guys
No, that's good.
do guys look at women as their offspring, like for their future offspring? Like I said, he wanted a bigger woman because he wanted bigger kids.
No, I think that's just.
Do a lot of men do
I
that?
think that's just him. But I mean, for me, it's like when I love somebody, I don't really care about. I don't
look like
how the kids are gonna turn out. Yeah, we love each other. So, how our kids turn out. But I have met both men and women that they want to marry attractive people because they don't want ugly kids. I'm sure you guys have heard of that before.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so there's a few people out there that they want to breed some beautiful kids, but for the average person, if you love somebody, you don't really think about that. Yeah, I mean, but
Guess
yeah,
I'm not average again.
no.
No, yeah, for me, it's like if you love someone, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean,
But I came across a couple guys that were like, they were thinking about how their kids are gonna come out, and I'm like, I think your intentions are wrong.
Yeah, there's always an outlier, those weirdos. There's always those weirdos. Yeah. So are they all in Hawaii?
I told you that one came from Sacramento.
I'm just saying, those guys, where were they from?
One's from Hawaii, one's from Sacramento.
Okay.
So Cali.
Yep.
All right. Ladies, I just want to ask you, if you don't mind, I know we scheduled the podcast from 10 to 12, but you guys are willing to go a little bit longer? We got some good questions.
Sure.
You guys down?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. All right, thank you. All right, Deslynn, you have a question? Deslynn, you have a question?
I do? Okay.
Yeah, you have a question?
Oh, for you or for
Yeah. Oh yeah, for me to ask. Yeah, to ask.
So, what qualities are you looking for in a female? Because I know right now you're open to dating and you're
Oh yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of women who would love to have a shot at you. So we're trying to help them. So what are you looking for in a woman? What's your list?
I'll send my friends over to you or no?
Oh yeah.
They're shorter than
He's open. He's open, everybody.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna do like
Bingo.
online speed dating.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll really send them over because especially my ones from the military, they're just like
Wait. How tall are you, Will?
6'3". 6'3".
3 ladies.
Oh, this turned into a
And he's about personal growth. Okay, guys.
How heavy are you?
245.
hey.
What book are you reading, Will?
What book I'm reading?
Which one?
I'm actually reading this one right here. Let me see.
He's smart.
He's smart. Look
You're
at
not reading
her
them.
promoting.
He's just acting like.
No, it's,
I talked to him back in February and he wasn't open to dating. So I'm like shocked. I'm like, huh?
I can't find. Oh, there it is.
Let's just go make him like a Tinder
Read
profile.
this.
Never had one before.
For all the guys out there, I highly suggest you recommend to read The Way of the Superior Man. You should read that.
Nice.
Teaches you how to how to be
How
men
long
and
have
how
you
to,
been single?
Don't ask the juicy ones. Okay, hold on.
I've been single for a long time. I've been single for a long time.
Like how long?
Yeah, how long?
Tell us. We like no. 5 years? 4 years?
2013. I mean that was the last. I mean that was the last time I had like a long-term relationship.
8 years.
I mean that.
You go
Casuals in between.
Yeah, a lot of little casual in between.
Hey, somebody having fun.
You already know.
I'm gonna say it tonight one time.
Yeah, a lot of such relationships, but but yeah. but yeah.
Hey, I mean, you gotta have fun
Hey,
in the meantime while you're finding Mr. or Mrs. Right.
Yeah. I'm a guy at the end of the day. At the end of the day.
Mm.
But yeah, no. For me to answer your question, Deslynn, honestly, don't want to. For me, at this point in my life, what I'm attracted to, I just want a woman to be friendly, nice, uh, be healthy. I'm not. You don't have to be like physically fit or like be a model. I just want somebody to be healthy, that takes care of themselves, that loves themselves, and just friendly and fit and be nice.
So
And
you
we
deal
can.
with a girl that is working like less than you, or what if she had no
It does.
job? Could you
It
date a
does.
girl
It
who
does.
right
It
now
does.
who has no job because
It doesn't matter.
oh,
To me, whether she has a job or not, for me, it's just as long as she's friendly, she's fit, we relate, we're compatible. I can be
So 0 income, you're
yeah,
okay with.
I'm okay with that. I can take care of that. So yeah, if she wants
There's,
to,
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people,
qualify?
uh,
if she
a lot of
wants,
women that would go straight for that.
if she wants to, hey, I don't
Oh, I
mind
don't
if
need
she
to
wants to,
work.
but
Dang.
as long for
So
me, it's
what
just,
like what does a sorry, I'm trying to help in like a big sister, okay guys. So what would a woman have to do to like shoot the shot with you? Like, because I'm sure people
Right in his DM.
Yeah, right into the DM.
Down in the
so, you can slide him a DM. Yeah, I'm not gonna do us. I'll let that open. But no, the one to be honest with you guys, I think the one thing would be hard because like I'm constantly like working, like every single day. I'm constantly busy. I'm constantly doing things. So yeah, like for me to meet a woman, yeah. If I meet you, but just because the way I move right now, my lifestyle, because I'm trying to accomplish things I want to do, that's the one thing I would say is like it is hard for me to only find a woman, then also like get
entertain
to
it.
entertain it. I do realize a lot of women today, they need that time. They need that extra time, and like that guy, because I know Naiatea, you did say that you wanted a guy to come home and spend that hour time with you. So I think one of the biggest challenges with me is like not only meeting a woman, but also I may not have the time that like a guy that has like a 9 to 5 job has, and he have the time of the weekend to spend with you. So I would try to give you time, but it's not gonna be as much time as a lot of guys, because I'm just like I literally wake up like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and don't sleep till like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Because it's all the
So
biggest.
would you say that the woman who is doing the same thing as you would actually work out for you in that sense? And I'm
That's
only
what I was
asking because
thinking.
if they're constantly on that hustle as well, where it's just like they have a hard time entertaining that, but like when
Yeah.
you guys do have the time, then you guys whatever. But then it's like,
1
okay, but yeah, it's just like,
I think there's that
wouldn't that
balance.
serve you? Yeah,
Yeah.
wouldn't that serve you
No, because
in a
deep down I still want that soft love from a woman. So
gotcha?
if I can find a woman that can understand my lifestyle and understand that I may have limited, I won't have as much time that like I'd like, I don't know, if she looks at all her friends, all her friends have extra time with the guy, they look at me like I don't have that much time like her friends, maybe I'm not the guy for you. But she understands my lifestyle and know, hey, when I do spend time with you, I'm gonna give you everything I have from the limited time I have, but then love me enough to the point that she's okay to let me live my pursue my goals and dreams. So I think for me that's the challenge is, is just meeting a woman that they can understand my lifestyle and know that, hey, like I'm trying to build things for the future. Once everything works out, then we can spend all the time in the world and we can go to vacations together when everything's already set and I've already built my accomplish everything I want to accomplish. But in this beginning stages of my life where I'm trying to build things, it may be difficult for a relationship. I don't think it's not impossible. I'm thinking it's possible, but that's the one challenge I would say if a woman wanted to approach me and date me, which I am open to, but just understand that I may not give you as much time as a lot of guys will.
Is it annoying? Is it annoying for the women who, let's say you do find someone at the stage of your life that you're at right now, you're on your grind, you're on your hustle, you have a goal that you're trying to meet, and you find this woman that you're attracted to each other, And she understands this, but then there are the days where she totally needs attention, right? Is it annoying to you because she is supposed to understand that, or it's cool that she asks, hey baby, I need some love? You know what I mean?
No, that's fine.
If she can communicate that, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. If we both love each other, like if she needs that attention and that maybe just need a day from me with her,
like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I will happily do that. But I just don't want her to make me feel bad for working on my goal and dream. So if she needs that from me, oh, that's fine. Like if she really needs that attention from me, I'll give her to that, because I do understand that relationships, like we have to make compromises and sacrifices to make it work. But I just don't want her to like complain and make me feel bad of doing the things I love to do. And if she makes me feel bad for that, then I wouldn't be able to be, that would turn me off, because like I love what I'm doing. And
right now, a long-term relationship sounds like something that way you have all the time, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it'd be hard. I would say it'd be hard, but maybe later when I got everything settled down and got the things I want to do, then I have all the time in the world. And then maybe, yeah, but like, it's not like I'm still looking, I'm still open. But just,
how old are you?
I'm 30. Yeah.
So like a relationship involves compromise, and you guys gotta be able to maintain, especially if you want kids. Like if you desire to have kids, the people that I see whose relationships match is they compromise. It's no longer this, only the woman is taking care of the kids and cooking. Like if the woman is someone who's hustling and stuff like that, like it has to have a compromise to be able to maintain the household.
Yeah. For me, I wanted to compromise and give her up, but as long as she understands, like I love what I'm doing, and she understands and don't make me feel bad for it. Don't make me feel bad for doing something I love to do. Then for me, it'd be really hard. So, but yeah, so we got through the first round of questions. Everybody that's watching, hey, if you guys can go to Facebook real quick and just see what everybody's saying on the comments. Check it out on your Facebook.
Oh, people are saying stuff?
Yeah.
Relationships are complicated.
Go check it out. I'm gonna go check out the comments for yourself. I'm gonna go into the super chats real quick and show everybody the super chats as you guys check out the comments. So let me do this. I'm gonna do the super chats real quick. Let me do super chats.
We can't always get things we want and not what we need.
Wait, what are people sending my furniture to your DM right now?
Where am I finding these comments?
You gotta go to
I only see 6 of them.
I see the Book of Mormon.
What? Shoot.
Oh, there's a lot of comments.
Yeah,
wow.
Check them out. All right, y'all. What's up, everybody? So you guys still watching? You guys already know the super chat. So I do have super chats from my podcast. So we already know.
I only can see this.
Show some love, show some donations. My goal is to build my podcast and build my studio out here. So if you guys if you guys love the content, if you know it's good, if you guys love the content, if you guys love what I'm providing for you, guys love the conversation, please show some love, please show some support your Pacific Islanders. We all try to support each other and support some love on my super chat donations. So if you guys want to show some love, you guys, I accept all donations through Venmo and Cash App. You guys can see my Venmo information, my Cash App information. If you guys want me to read a live comment on the show, it's gonna be $5 and up. If you guys want us to ask a question live, that's $19 and up. If you guys want us to discuss a question on the show, add one of the questions that you guys may have for us to discuss, that's $49 and up. And if you guys want to call and share and talk to us live on the moment right now, it'd be $99 and up. Everything that you guys donate will be going towards my goal. My dream is to get my studio one day here in LA, so I can actually invite my guests to have live and real podcast here. So if you love the content we're providing, please show some love, please show some support to your boy, Wundakuzi, and all these lovely guests out here taking the time. And just show some let's support one another. I know polys, man, I know we're kind of tough when it comes to supporting each other businesses, but if you love what I'm doing and the value I'm bringing you guys today for the content, please screenshot the Venmo account so you guys can lock it in if you guys plan to watch every episode so you guys have the information locked in your Venmo account. And yeah, and once you do show some donations and you want to send me the question, all you gotta do is send me the question through Messenger and just screenshot the confirmation and then send it to Messenger and I can see it that it was from you, and also and then you can ask me the question and I will ask the ladies whatever it's depending on the donation you guys send. I know last weekend I was able to get my first donation, so thank you so much for the person that donated last weekend. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you so much. But everybody out there, if you're watching, if you love what we're doing, you want to support what I'm trying to do and to have these conversations for Pacific Islander community, please show some love and some donations. And yeah, if you want to get on here this call, get on this call real quick and talk to these ladies directly. You guys can get on this call and have a live conversation with us. That'll be great. That'll be great. So yeah, man, just any donation, man. $5, $5, just $5. Just show some love. Don't hold out. Don't hold out.
And don't be afraid to shoot your shot with Will.
Right. If I had
that money, you come on here with Will.
Show some love, y'all. I see a lot of how many people on the live chat right now? Let me see. How many people on the live chat?
I don't know, but I can't read the oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. I found it.
Oh, there's 15 people on this. I see 15 people live right now. Yo, 15 people. Y'all show some love. Yeah, there's 15 people watching right now. Telling you show some love.
That's not 41 comments though, so I don't know. I can't see.
You can't see the comments?
I can only see a few of them.
Yeah. So you gotta click on the live and open it up because that's what I was doing. I was like, I only can see 5 comments. What the hell?
No, yeah, you have to open the live and then you can see their comments. What are they saying?
It says that there's 41 comments, but I don't see no 41 comments.
What do you see the comments? You gotta scroll. Scroll. And you can see all.
Okay, I see a bunch.
What did they say,
How
Tira?
about us unemployed? We've been feminine 24/7.
What? Where are you seeing that? What the hell?
What did they say?
Like you gotta open it up and then you can finally like see all this.
Oh, I'm here on an iPad.
Yeah, I'm on my iPad too.
Is it this way? What the hell?
Try click on it and then the screen should like pop up that whole little sector.
It's like taking up the whole screen. It's fine.
Oh, someone says I can carry you 240 plus and some.
Oh. We got some heavy loaders.
That's a turn on for you. I know.
No comment.
They want to carry you. They want to.
Oh!
What?
What did they say? What did they say, Tira?
I'm not gonna say the name, but it says I'll stretch that out.
Oh,
2 times.
damn.
Will, what have you done?
I haven't done anything.
What have you done?
The way.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day. They said Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Oh wait, I don't know if they're talking to each other on here.
Yeah,
maybe they're talking to each other on here. I guess someone else is 240 on here.
Well, I mean, let's go with that. Oh, you know what? Maybe they're talking about Will.
No,
Any one of us. They're talking
you know
any
what?
one of us.
All of you guys are in that category.
Maybe they're
They're
talking
talking about
about
all
Will.
of you guys.
They're probably talking about Will. It's got to be.
240.
Well, they're trying to carry.
Weight. They said it's his weight, so
Hey.
that's exactly his weight.
It could be.
That's what I heard. I'm good.
All right. So I guess some next question for you guys. I got a good question for you guys.
Yeah, you say that. I'll be the judge.
Okay, so this is a question a lot of the guys have asked me. Ooh, almost spilled that. So I guess I'll start with that's how we do, Tira. So the question is, have you ever either dated casually or been in a relationship with somebody that you weren't attracted to, and then if you did, why? So did you ever go on a date with a guy that you knew for a fact that you weren't attracted to? Did you ever have a casual relationship with a guy that you knew for a fact that you weren't attracted to? Or did you ever go in a relationship with a guy that you know you weren't attracted to? You just kind of like played along. And if you did, why did you do it? That was the question. Be honest.
The casuals, a lot of times I was drunk. Honestly, but I am not afraid to approach a man.
Okay.
If I find you attractive, I will approach you.
Okay.
I will first, however, ask if you have someone.
Okay.
And if you do, then you're off limits. But yeah, a lot of times they were drunk, and then like you said, when you finally get to know someone, then physical attraction kind of goes into play. Like it's like, oh, it's not that important as long as you have a connection. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Mainly is because I was drunk.
Okay, so outside of drunk, like just when you were sober, like why did you entertain it?
Bored.
Nani wanted fun.
What did you say? Say that again.
Wait, why I gotta repeat myself?
I didn't hear it. The connection broke. Say it one more time.
Fun.
Oh, you just wanted fun.
It needs to be pleased every now and then.
Okay. All right. So you just wanted the fun, and then that's why you entertain guys that you had.
No, it's not entertaining them.
Okay. I mean, that's being.
It's like entertaining and booted.
Yeah, be with guys that you had no attraction for. So you tooted and booted, have fun, and drunk. That's it.
Hey, we were on the same level, okay? You don't want anything, so you don't get in too deep. You don't get vulnerable. You don't have that emotion. Mm-hmm. You just make something happy, and then you're on your way. Okay. There's no hurt, yet you're still open for Mr. and Mrs. Right?
Mm-hmm. Did you ever meet a guy in your life that you felt like that he really, really was attracted to you, and he really liked you, and you could tell, but you already know that there's no shot?
Oh yeah. And I tell them. I tell them straight up. Rule number 1, don't get attached.
Yeah.
Someone ultimately always gets attached.
Okay.
But if you can have those rules and set it in stone, mm-hmm. then yeah. But someone falls and you're like, I told you not to do this, I'm gonna have to cut you loose.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. That's from Tira. So I'll ask you, Deslynn, have you ever been go on a date or just casual relationship with a guy and you weren't really attracted to them?
I have to be attracted to you for me to look at you and to engage.
Okay. Okay. So you don't do the non-attractive relationships.
And I have to vibe with you.
Okay.
And I'm more interested in being in a serious relationship, and there's only been I think since the divorce, maybe one guy or 2 guys, and okay. I've been divorced for a very long time, so not my thing.
All right, that makes sense. And then last but not least, Naiatea.
Sorry.
So yeah, have you ever dated a guy that you weren't attracted? Went on a date with a guy that you weren't attracted to, or did you ever had a relationship with a guy that you weren't attracted to, but you kind of like just played along?
Never.
Never. Oh, so the commitment. So you always into commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You made that. You made that clear. So I want to ask you. I ask the ladies, because what is in your experience, right? So if you met a guy, that's unattractive, like what are things that women do, like to give them like the sign, like I'm not interested. Sometimes some women are vocal. I'm not interested. They'll just say it straight up. I think one of the reasons why these guys ask me is because sometimes guys will get into relationships and with a woman, and they don't realize that for themselves that the woman's not interested. But I do believe there's some women out there that do just kind of string them along until whatever it's for, just being bored, like you said. They're just bored. They just want somebody there until they find somebody they really like, and then they move on. So for you guys, like what are things the things that women do, or maybe signs that they can give off if a woman does this, that's a clear sign that she's not interested.
I just tell them I'm not interested in being in a relationship right now. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely one way.
Like in a nice way.
Yeah, mine is I'll tell you straight, basically, I'm not on the market, like I'm not looking. The other one is if you don't get that picture, you just get left on red. And then the next step is you get blocked. If you don't understand it after getting blocked, you are borderline like just harassing at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It should actually just be clear if there's no response, to be quite honest. If you get left 7 times in a row, hey, scene. Hey, beautiful, scene. Hey, beautiful, scene. Oh, you're a snob, bitch. Yeah, fuck off, man. Like, don't talk shit to me if you like the first time I'm nice. And then it's just like, okay, one time only, I received an unsolicited DP. And it was so gross to me. It's disgusting. Just so disgusting to me. But I was just like, what in your effing mind drove you to think that it was okay?
They'll turn you on
for free. Like, I don't know. But that type of stuff, like if you don't get the picture if you don't get it, that it's like, hey, if you're left on red, or they just straight up say no, or for some reason you have this like, you've created this sense of faith or like hope in your head that there's a chance, that's where you've gone wrong. Like that's immediately where you've gone wrong. Because it's like, I appreciate the confidence, and I appreciate the confidence. Because I know that it takes a lot to approach. Yeah, it takes a lot to approach anybody in that point. But then if like there's clearly no reciprocation, if I'm not reciprocating that energy, that's a no. That's a no for me, sir. That's a never for me, sir. So yeah.
Stop.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, like this is just making me sound like a total bitch at this point, like shallow bitch. Like gotta be tall, gotta do this, da 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 da. But no, I'm like generally pretty nice about it. I've only been called snobby twice, and it was off of just being like leaving them on red, because I felt like it was really asshole-ish to unfriend them. But yeah, if you're left on red, that's a no-go.
But let me ask you, for the guys that are that you want I guess Tira is the one that often does it. So Tira, I guess I'll ask you. So for the guys that you kind of like weren't attracted to, but you kind of entertained it, or you kind of had fun with them. What were they doing that made it unattractive for you?
To stop being casual with them.
What were they doing? Good.
I just didn't have that connection. It
Like-
just wasn't there. So it was strictly what it was. You know, it's yeah. I just knew it was like, okay, you're not boyfriend material. You're not my, you know, other half material. And it's
Well,
not
like
like I
what-
was entertaining them. It's like we both got something out of it.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. But I want to ask you, like, what traits did they have? Like, what traits did they have?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, what traits did they have? Like, what traits, like, did they have?
What traits that they had that I didn't like?
Yeah, like, because I do hear from a lot of women, right? They have a guy, but they're not attracted to. And I noticed there is a pattern of a lot of these guys that often this happens to them. And I'm just, before I give you my piece on it, I'm interested to hear from you. Like, what traits? The one thing you said, they got attached, right? They got attached easily.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it's
So they're like needy? Were they needy?
Like-
Like when they get attached, were they needy or?
oh yeah, when they get attached, it's like, you know, I had one person's like, well, why can't you be my girlfriend? Why can't we be together? And I was like, dude, we set the rules, we said what it was, like, don't overstep it. Like,
Mhm.
I was so set on where it's at. Like, I wasn't attracted physically. I wasn't, you know, I just knew he wasn't my cup of tea in that way.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Dude, forever.
You know when someone can be more.
Okay. Was he
It
okay?
just,
And
yeah, I
Were
don't
they
know
very-
what
were
else
they-
to say about it.
were they very like confident, assertive, or were they like very passive? Like, how was it?
He just wasn't my type. Like, he just
What's your type?
wasn't. He just wasn't what I wanted in a boyfriend. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know like how else to put it. It wasn't. He had a good job. You know, they're you know, we're making a lot of money. They're well known and all that. But it's like I just wasn't that into him.
No, it's fine. No, because I do see a lot of guys that have that. They've asked that question, right? Like, you know, I meet a girl and then they realize later like she wasn't attracted to him, and I don't know, you know, friend zone or something like that. You know.
No, well, that's why you set the rules and you set what it is, so they know prior to engagement.
Yeah.
And then when something shifts, then you can pull that card back out and be like, hey, you gotta stay in your lane, you know?
Mhm. No, so the one thing I would say, because I do meet a lot of guys like they ask, oh man, I like she's treating me like a friend, you know, I'm trying to be attracted to her, I'm trying to be a relationship with her, but she doesn't see me that way. And the one thing I would say is I do notice a lot of guys who are put in that position is because like they're acting like a friend. You know, I always feel like that with a lot of guys, you know, when it comes to, if you act like a friend, then she's gonna treat you like a friend, like the energy you're exerting. And I know a lot of, like if like a friend zone is you put yourself in that friend zone. Like if you like somebody, you have to be upfront and just be confident. Be confident. Be confident. For a lot of women, that's a masculine trait that you guys are attracted to. A confidence in a man to approach you. Hey, I want you, and you know, and for a lot of guys, like they try to be soft about it and not just, you know, just be confident. Hey, this is what I want. They try to use a friend route, but the friend route is like kind of like feminine, and then that's why it's kind of unattractive for a lot of women. So I would tell guys, if you are getting friend zone right now, she's not attracted to you because you're not exerting to letting her know this is where you stand. And if she tells you she has to look at that way, that's fine. But if she has to put you in that role and put boundaries, then you put yourself in that position. And and that's why it's like if you like somebody, you gotta tell them straight up and let them know, hey, like I'm not here to play around. Like this is what I need to do with you. If you're down, let's do it. If not, it's okay. But a lot of guys out there are not willing. They're not confident enough to do that.
So do they feel torture because they're in the friend zone, but they put themselves there?
Yeah. Torture. It's, I mean, because like,
you know what I mean?
Because like they're in a position where like they're just hoping for something to happen, but the reality is it's never. 99% of the time, it's not going to happen.
Well, that's where they have to, say something. Like you said, if you're not automatically put there by them, then say something. Like I dislike the man that is so nonchalant and acts like he doesn't care and whatever. And it's like, say something, give me more, I don't know what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. I think like, even if you kind of are interested in someone and you think, oh, I feel like he's interested in me, but I don't know. Like it goes both ways where it's like, we can't read each other's mind. Mm-hmm. But there are men that are so like strong-headed where they don't even speak their mind.
Yeah.
And that's where they, like you said, they trap themselves, they torture themselves, they put themselves in their own friend zone.
Yeah. I think
what I get back out of that box because they presented themselves to be a good friend. And so
I feel like you can't be too nonchalant where she doesn't feel like that she wants you, but then you can't be too needy where you too needy where you you're like a little girl. I feel like there has to be I feel like they just have like a healthy balance where you're available and not available at the same time, if that makes sense. Like she knows she wants you, but then like you can't be the extreme. You gotta find a moderate, I guess. Because I do find like.
Oh, sorry. No,
go ahead.
The thing too is like okay, say if you meet someone and then you're like, oh, this person is cool, but if I like you and I don't know if you like me and whatnot. Once I put you in the friend zone, it's gonna be hard for me to like you for a date. Does it make sense? And that's why, like you said, they have to be very clear if they are interested in potentially being more than just friends. But if you act like, oh, low key, like, hey, what's up? Like that, and trying to play low key just to test to see if they get on chance, we cannot read your mind. If another opportunity comes, you're gonna miss the boat. Don't get mad at us because you put us in the friend zone vibe.
Yeah, the one thing I would say for a lot of guys, and you guys can jump in. If you really like a girl, but you don't know where she stands as far as like if she likes you, the one thing I would say for guys, just treat her like you would treat your girlfriend, but she's not your girlfriend. If that makes sense. Like compliment her. Hey, beautiful. Just do little things like that. Treat her like it was your girlfriend, but she's not your girlfriend. But that's the vibe you're putting out there. So you're not saying we're your girlfriend. Don't put that friend energy, because if you give her that friend energy, she's gonna friend zone you. Give her that boyfriend energy. But you're not saying we're together. You're just treating her like it was like you. If you meet her, if that makes sense.
So when a guy's interested in a girl, do they call them and make time to talk stories with them? Is that how guys show that they're interested in more than
if she calls, you make time for her. If she needs something, or if you see her, just compliment her. Just give her that energy. And she can. And then when the girls feel like that there's an attraction, you guys will feel it. But that's and then naturally you guys will just naturally. If a girl really wants you, she'll reciprocate it back to you. But if you give her that girlfriend energy, but she's not reciprocating it back, then clearly you know that, okay, she's not interested. But if you give her that boyfriend energy and she really likes it, a woman will reciprocate it back to you, let you know, hey, I like this, and I want to show it back to you. And then you start seeing that she's going to give it back to you. And then, that's when if you don't, that's when you know, okay, we're on the same page now. And then you can make that move to ask her, okay, let's do something more. But I'm just saying that if you're not confident with just telling her directly, then I would just tell guys to treat her like, give her that boyfriend energy, and see how she reacts. And if she really digs you, and if she really feels it, she'll reciprocate it back to you. and if she doesn't reciprocate anything, then you know where she stands. But don't act like a friend. Don't give her that friend energy, because she would friend zone you like quick. Friends put you in the friend zone, and then once you're in the friend zone,
that's my question. Is it hard for someone to just like be like, I like you?
huh?
Right? Just
Is it hard for a man to just be like, I like you?
Yeah, well, guys, like we have to be the one to initiate everything. So like we get rejected all the time. You know, rejection sucks.
So if
You
a
guys-
woman told you that she liked you, would you find that intimidating? Coming off
She
too
like me?
strong?
No, I actually like that, because like that way we're not like wasting time. So if she tells me she likes me and I like her, then, oh, cool, we're on the same page. We said we know each other, then we can move on from there. So
So
a
would
lot
you
of-
tell her that you liked her, or would you just be nice, give them those boyfriend hints?
No, if the way she said it into, if you know, like I like you in a as a friend, or I like, I guess or I like you as a we want to, she's interested in a relationship. Depending on how I feel about it when I meet her, then I'll reciprocate it back to her. So if a woman comes up to me, hey, I like you, I saw you, I think you're attractive, I think you're handsome, and I want to get to know you. I'm like, oh, for sure. And I look at her and I like her. Oh yeah, for sure. Shoot, you're bad. You.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, would you like be the first to say it? Would you
Oh, yeah,
approach her
yeah.
and tell her?
Yeah,
You would.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If I see somebody I like, I just tell them, hey, I seen you. I think you're very pretty. Just want to let you know, and then see how she responds. And she says yes, we go. If not, and then it is what it is. It's life. It's just I'm in sales, so like I've done sales for like 7 years. So rejection is like it's nothing. it's a bit that tolerance. It's not really. A lot of guys, rejection is really hard.
Do you think it's safe to say that there's a lot of guys out there who are giving out that boyfriend energy, but don't plan on being the boyfriend?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, depends on the guy's intentions, right? So some guys out there are giving that boyfriend energy, but they don't have the right intentions for you. But that's when you really have to look at their behavior and their consistency, right?
Yeah, because I feel like it's out there. I only know this because of the stories that I hear. I don't personally entertain it, mostly because I don't entertain it, but it's just like, it's so common for a lot of I think both sides do it actually, but it's giving off this like boo thing vibe, this energy, like, oh, it's like cuffing season, but then you just like, it goes nowhere. Y'all have been talking blah, 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 for X amount of months or whatever. And then one side, as Tira was saying earlier, one side is like, oh, this person is really giving me this solid energy, da 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 da. But then like the intentions were never really to create anything out of it.
Yeah. So that's when communication and recognizing the behavior, their habits and their behavior, right? Because people that really like you and they committed to, they move a certain way. We can all agree to that.
Yeah.
So people that are committed to you, they'll make time for you. There'll be consistency. That's the biggest thing I always tell people. Like the difference between intentional people and unintentional people is consistency. Like people that really like you and really committed to you, they'll find a way to be with you. They'll make the time. They'll reach out to you. They'll make it's always consistent from those people. Those guys that don't have the right intentions, or the women that don't have the right intentions, it's not consistent. One day they'll be available, and the next day they'll be unavailable. But because you love them so much, you don't recognize that. You don't recognize the signs and the inconsistencies. But people who really like you, like I said, they'll figure out a way to. They don't want to lose you, so they'll figure out a way to be with you. And a lot of people don't know that. So because they're so emotionally attached, they're so emotionally in love with this person, a lot of people overlook their shortcomings or their toxic traits or their toxic behaviors or their inconsistencies because they're just so emotionally attached to that person, or they're still in the honeymoon phase in the beginning of the relationship. They're just so, oh my God, we're together now, but you really, really, once you get that attraction, that's when you really have to look at the overall person, the behavior, how they move, what they do, and communicate. Communicate is key. Like if you want, one thing I realized today is people actually wait until somebody speaks first of where they stand in a relationship. Like if you meet somebody and you guys vibing, I think you need to tell them, oh, I'm looking for long term. Like I'm not doing this for casual. And people don't say that. People are like people getting casual relationships and hope it turns out into a long-term relationship. And pray and wish. They pray like, oh, it's crazy. I see people all the time. Like they get into a casual relationship and they're praying and hoping this turns out from casual to long-term. And we all know, like if you're wishing for something to happen, it's not gonna happen. You gotta make things happen. So like if you're looking for long term, like you said, like I love what Naiatea said, like you don't do casual.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You just if you're not doing long term, like I'm not even giving you no time.
Yeah.
And that's how you should move. That's how you should move. A lot of days people are not either confident in themselves or what they bring to the table. They don't love themselves enough to believe that they can attract somebody. So when they finally get somebody, they think, oh, this is all I can get, and they're just attached to that person. And because they're not confident in themselves, and they just wait, they're just hoping and then wishing, I hope that guy or the girl actually wants to take this. But we all know that if somebody doesn't like you, doesn't committed to you, they're not gonna commit to you. Yeah, they just use you, get you what they want out of you, and then they move on. So that's why if you meet somebody, like you should tell them straight up, hey, like I'm doing this long term, and are you down? Because I like you, we're vibing together. I like the time we spent together. But I'm doing this for the long haul. So like, are you ready for this? And then if you see them react like, oh, no, if you try to make excuses, then that's clearly right there. You know that they're not looking for that. But the guy that's looking for long term, you say, oh, I want to do this long term. Oh, hell yeah, I'm doing long term too. Let's do it. Like they're jumping in because you guys all have the same goals and you guys want the same thing. So that's why you got to tell people what you want to see if that's what they want. And if they push back, if they make excuses, oh, clearly we're not on the same page. We gotta keep it keep it moving, for sure. Yeah. So I think that was the question Deslynn had. Was that you asked that question about Deslynn?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So Naiatea, you have another question for us?
No, I was just looking at the comments to see if there were any.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Tira, you have a question?
Not really, but I think like what you were saying is right. Like, you know, you don't just jump in a relationship for fun.
Yeah.
To me, it's like when I jump into a relationship is straight up. I'm looking for marriage. I'm looking to build. I'm looking for a family. I'm not gonna jump in to not get married.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's like working at a temporary agency and hoping you get a full-time job.
Yeah, like you don't live off. I wouldn't live off hope. Not on in that aspect. Like I'm not gonna hope somebody will change just because. It's more so I'm gonna tell you straight up. You into me, I'm into you. I'm looking for marriage. If that's not you, then it's not us. Simple. Like I know what I want, so I'm like straight to it. I've wasted 6 years and 6 years in 2 relationships, total of 12 years. And I'm like, I'm not gonna waste any more freaking time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It's bullshit.
Okay.
Just bring
But no other questions.
I do want.
This just brings us back to what we were talking about a while ago.
Yeah.
I'd actually end up 50 and single, and dying single. So
and we're okay with it. Got that rare short person.
I mean, the whole.
Oh, look at that! Look at Naiatea's face. Look at Naiatea's face right now.
Which part? I'm constantly. Oh no! Because hey, Brad, what's up? The comment says, "What's going on here? Nice platform. Topic of discussion. Is this platform different every episode?" Here's what he asked.
Oh yeah. It is different. We have different guests, different views, different perspectives, different conversations. So I do have a question for you guys. I think that it's a really good question. So, do you believe, because this is the narrative that I do here, one of the things I'm pushing for is for people to be interdependent, right? Like we should be able to depend on a man in a healthy way and a woman in a healthy way, right?
Mhm.
So I do meet a lot of people. I think me and Deslynn had this discussion, and I do meet a lot of people that, especially the independent single people, men and women, like they scream this like independent energy. Like I don't want to need a man. I don't need a woman. I'll be fine by myself, right? But I want to ask you guys, if for me, I believe that we all are craving our relationship, and a lot of people are not being honest. And the reason why I started this podcast, because like I see a big movement nowadays where this independence, where everybody's like, be single forever and live life. You don't need a man, you need a woman. And I'm scared because I feel like a lot of the next generation is hearing this, and they're pushing the next generation to be single and independent, and they're gonna go down a path of loneliness. Because I do believe there is a lot of comfort when you find somebody that you can build a life together with, right? But the reality is, in order to find that person in life, like there's work that you have to do. Like there's some things that you have to do with yourself. Like things that don't just happen magically in your life. Like there's effort and things that you have to put in if you want something to happen. You can't like we just talked about. You can't just wish a long-term relationship is going to land in your lap. You can't just hope a long-term relationship is going to land in your lap. You actually have to make things happen and work on yourself and make sure you attract somebody, help you, and then put in the work to build that relationship. But nowadays, but I do want to ask you guys is, for you guys, if you would, are you even? I know some of you guys said that you guys, if you're 50-year-old and you're not happy being single, but I just want to ask you guys, you guys right now, if you always are looking for, would you really want to be single and alone for the rest of your life, or you're always craving a relationship no matter what? Because I do believe people say, "Oh, I'll be single. I don't mind being single for the rest of life," but I do believe that a part of them, if they're being honest, we're all always constantly craving a relationship. A lot of times things don't work out in life, and people want to make excuses or justifications of why they're living that life. But deep down, I just can't believe that people really want to live their whole life alone, because I feel like it's a long time, like 50, 60, 80, 90 years old, 100 years old. That is a long time to be alone. I don't know if you guys spend time with old people. I used to grow. My mom was a caretaker, and I used to work with her at the nursing home. So I used to spend a lot of time with old people, and I would talk with them. This is old people they've been single for their whole, like, for the majority of their life, and there's a lot of pain and regret from these old people. When I worked with my mom, I spent a lot of time with old people, and they will always regret about this and this and this and this, especially when it came to relationships. Like, man, like I wish I would have went back to my youth, and I would have done this with this girl, with this guy, and I would have made better decisions in my life, and I would have had a better relationship, better marriage. So I just don't believe that this narrative that people are saying that I'm okay being single alone, because for me it's like, you're willing to be single your whole life. I don't think that's something that's a happy route to take. I think we should always be actively working on ourselves so we can find a partner. And I think people are just front. I think people are front. People are saying that online, but they're crying alone in their bed, and they're struggling at home and craving somebody. So I just want to ask you guys: do you guys honestly would be okay being single for the rest of your life, and honestly be happy with that? Or if you want to be honest right now, say that's not something you prefer, but you would want a relationship and a partner?
Well, say that you make that sound so attractive, and I'm being totally sarcastic. Like, you know what? Like, I'm being so sarcastic because it's like, you know what? I think I wake up this morning and I just want to die alone. That nobody ever like nobody
that's what people that's what people are saying.
Okay, and so that's why I'm like, first off, who are you hanging out with? Because that type of energy gotta go.
Old people?
Yeah, who are you?
No. this,
who is
this,
who
this
is these people? Who is they that is telling you all of these things? Because I was just like, I thought it was
go
women.
look at after go look at my comments. The videos I posted, all these comments of these women, they're saying that there's nothing wrong with dying single and being alone the whole life.
There's nothing wrong with it, but like, to be honest, I want, I want to be happily in love with someone forever. I'm open to it. I'm not gonna shun it out.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to be freaking special.
Yeah, that's why I was like, who the hell are you talking to? Because
no.
is that they sound like this like cult of really, really sad people.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just, that's them.
Thank you for saying it.
Old angry cat
Oh,
ladies, old
thank you for
angry
saying
cat dramas with dusty nannies.
Is this ladies?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why they're grumpy.
This is exactly. No, the reason why I don't mind it. I don't see nothing wrong. That's what you want, but I'm saying I think a lot of people are fronting.
So are you talking about people who are younger who acting like, oh, I can go like they're in their 20s?
Yeah,
I'll be single forever. Is that the people you question? Like, are you being honest?
I usually see this from older women. I usually see this from like in their 30s or 40s.
That's not old.
I said older. I said older. I didn't say old. I said older.
Well,
older. I said older. Oh, I didn't say old. I said older.
I just think they know what they want and they're not gonna like settle for anything less. And if what they want never comes, then they're okay with it. But it's not like they're not open to it.
I don't think it. I guess I just don't believe people will be okay being by themselves their whole life. I just don't think. I think a lot of people, what happens is they made some bad decisions with their dating life, and didn't work out, and then they're 30, they're 40 now, and they think in their mind it's over, and they don't want to like rebuild and restart and actually start from scratch and rebuild themselves and put in the work to find somebody. And the easier route will be just, just say I'm good alone, I'm gonna die alone. That's the easier route to say instead of taking the harder route. You know what? It hasn't worked out this last 40 years. I need to restart, revamp myself, work on myself, grow myself, and put in work and actually go out there and find a guy that'll marry her. But people don't want to. That's too much. It's too much.
I mean, I think after a while, when you've had a lot of relationships that wasn't quality, you get jaded. You know what I mean?
I understand that. Yeah.
So I can see why some people say that, right? Because it's safer. Yeah. I mean,
I get that. The thing is for me, I just see this a lot of people growing up, and then like I see younger people like, oh, I don't need. They have the attitude because they see it from the older generation, because they're just following what's the standards that we set place in now. So, and then a lot of these young women and men, I'm gonna say both. So they just live their life nonchalant. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want to do. But the thing is, our decisions that we do today is gonna build the lives we want later. Like if you don't build in your 20s, everything you do in your 20s is gonna come to fruit in your 30s, in your 40s. So if you live your whole life in your 20s, just having casual relationships, just fucking and having sex with everybody, and you're not having responsibility and just living your life like that, you're gonna pay for that later on at 30 or 40 or 50.
Yeah, not your consequences.
Yeah, so for me, it's like we should tell the younger people, hey, look for long-term relationships, look for somebody you can build, find a healthy partner. Don't wait till 30, 40, do it now. As soon as you enter the dating market. So because if you don't, like I said, you have to build your life for later. And then that's my only concern is what I see when I see both men and women who say that, oh, I don't need, they finally reach their 30s or 40s or 50s, and then they have all this resentment because things didn't work out in their life or they messed up. Mm-hmm. And then they're just feeding that resentment to the younger people, and then they are following that same path. And of course, if you make the same decisions, you're gonna get the same outcome later on. And right. I think we should encourage people, hey, if I mess up my life, I'll tell them, hey, don't follow my life. Don't make my decisions. I think that's what I would do. I'm not the example, like go opposite, but a lot of people want that pity party. Hey, let's join together and hate man. So Yeah, so it's funny. I'm glad you talked about that. 'Cause there's a group chat that posts my content. And a lot of these
Oh,
old
really?
ladies. Yeah, so I'm glad you said it because I'm gonna post this right. This conversation with the old ladies, and then they're gonna hear it from you guys.
It is what it is. To each his own. Last year somebody had asked me, "Oh, how do you feel about dating?" And I was like, "Okay, I admit, I was like, dude, I'm cool. Kaino has 5 more years. He graduates high school. I'm cool because like I like to go like traveling, and sometimes I think I've had bad relationships where you feel obligated, like, oh, we're thinking of doing this. Can you take off? Like, no, if I like go, I like go. I don't wanna not go because you can't go, kind of thing. But like my heart is in a different place that I'm open to love again. But I've been divorced and I've been in attempting to be in serious relationship, but it didn't work out. And so after a while, you just kind of just lose hope, and you're like, my son is the easiest person to spend time with, and my big family. So I'm cool. Like I'm genuinely happy. It's just I'm not gonna force something that's not there too with people in my life. So
Okay.
I'm
that's
not
good.
judging anybody. I think you can genuinely be happy and be single because I've been genuinely happy. I took 5 years to work on myself and take responsibility for my trauma so that I can be able to be open and not bring in baggage from the previous relationships.
No, I do believe we can be generally happy being single. But for me, I don't believe if people were being honest, you don't want to. That's gonna be your choice for your whole life.
I agree. I mean, I think as
I mean,
humans, I think as humans, it's a nice feeling to be loved.
yeah,
Like it's a nice feeling to have that like simpy shit, like the stuff that is just like, oh, like the cute stuff and just being like held or like holding someone or just kind of having
yeah,
that type of companionship to, in another human, to share that type of happiness with them. I 100% agree. Like if I had it my way, I'm having my forever partner. This is going to be my forever partner.
yeah,
And we're going to have the happily ever after X, Y, and
yeah.
Z. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And like you said, Deslynn, it's just like, it is what it is type thing. It just happened organically, whether it is the relationship or no relationship. So it's like, I think somebody was like, oh, hey, Naiatea, do you really want to die single? It's like, first off, I'm not single, but second of all, no.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're okay with it.
Yeah.
But it's like we're open to, having that companion. I think you're saying like everyone's putting on the front where they don't want somebody. No, I think it's like, genetically in us to have a companion.
That's what
Whether
I'm
it's
saying. We all,
guy and
yeah,
guy and girl or guy girl, it's not like we need it, but we want it.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah.
So yeah, I'm single, but I don't want to die alone. So and I'm willing to put in the work now and make the right choices for myself to make sure I don't die alone. Right. I just feel like a lot of people, if they didn't get what they wanted, a lot of people don't want to admit that they made some bad choices and make some changes in their life and improve, so that way they can get a better outcome, because it's easy. It's the easier route is just complain, and be negative and be resentful. That's the easier route, but
Attract
and then
what
yeah,
it is, right?
yeah. So for me, is when I hear that from people, like, look, I do understand that when you're going through your life, like Deslynn said, like when you go through your phase of struggle, you may not be in the right headspace to understand that, right? But then once you go through your healing process, okay, then you realize, all right, I'm finally healed now. I'll move past it. I want a relationship now.
I can attract healthy relationships.
I can attract help you now,
Yeah,
and then
because I kept attracting people who are emotionally unavailable.
and then for me, it's just like I do have friends, I do know people personally that they want a relationship, but they are having this front that they act like they don't want one, or like they act like they haven't moved on from the past one, and there's a lot of things they're not taking accountability for. And then when they do meet people, they pretend to put in this front, oh, I'm happy, I'm good, I don't need this person. But then I like I think what Tira said. We're human. We want that relationship. We want a partner.
Yeah.
Right. So and what I'm saying is, if you're not getting that partner, then like you have to look within you. and take that accountability, the responsibility that it is with you.
Yeah,
And,
because there's the two extremes of the ones who are just like, relationships, I'm not doing this anymore, da 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 da. And then you have the serial daters, the ones who are like constantly for something, going through the casual dating is what you're calling it, but it's just like trying to find this this person that you just go and date everybody that you meet until you find whatever it is you're looking for, or you just date them because you want that closeness.
yeah.
Even what I mean. And then if you don't like it, you don't vibe, you just kind of chuck it and keep going type thing. So I'm just kind of what is it? It's the two extremes really, as far as the people who are like promoting being single, like the single club, the anti-relationship club, and then the are just like they're almost like what is it? It's like the ones with polyamorous, you know, the ones who are just like here to love every single person type thing. So it's like, okay, yeah, great, that's cool. that's so
okay. All right, cool. All right, so any last as we close, any last questions from you guys? Any random things or last question from you guys? You want to throw it out there? We get to answer real quick.
I think when you speak with women and stuff like that, you gotta consider that certain words trigger. You know, I think from the conversation we're having with you, I think you respect all women. Is just that, like how you're an independent man and you're a strong man. Women can be independent and strong, but yet be able to be like create that space to open our hearts to having someone in our lives. It doesn't have to just be you be strong and can, you know what I mean? You'll never be able to be in a relationship. No, you can be both, you know, find harmony and whatnot. So I think it's just maybe the way your interview was the last time is just the verbiage. That's probably what they got. People can get insulted or they can take, like, I don't know, it started in something like as a disrespect to them. But no matter what you say to people, they're either going to resonate with you or they're not. You could even put it on a gold platter and they still not gonna like them because that's on you. You know what I mean? Like things happen to you, but 90% is your attitude and how you receive it. And so count people. Sorry.
I love that. Oh, that was good. So yeah, we come to the close of our podcast. I do want to ask you guys at the end, glad to hear your thoughts about what you guys thought about the podcast, the conversation we had today, and what you guys took from it. I'm just interested to hear your guys' thoughts about this. Yeah, I'll start with you, Naiatea. So what do you think about this podcast and the conversation we had today?
First off, I just wanted to say happy Mother's Day and be the first one to wish y'all happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
But this was so fun. This was a lot of fun. Because at first I was super tired when I first got here. And then it was just like pump. And it was like, hey, you know what? This is funny as hell. I like this. But there was also like learning that there are people out there that are they just move differently. They just move differently. Also from the guy's perspective, as far as like, it never even occurred to me really that the perception of a stronger or like independent woman could be less attractive to men. And it's not like, it doesn't change anything for me and like my situation, but it's just like, wow, I guess I just kind of assumed that would be a thing. Like, hey, if I want someone who is successful, you should want someone who's successful too. And it's not that you don't want someone successful, it's that you want to feel like you can protect them more. But if they're good on their own, you don't really need to. So I think that was one of the biggest takeaways from this whole podcast, and just having the open communication, being able to just like have this raw line to be like, hey, I mean, shit, this is what happened. We don't do this. This is what happened, blah, 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 experience, yada, yada, yada. But just like, I'm very, very appreciative that you have created this space for polys, for people, for women, for men, just in general. So I yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Tira, your thoughts about the podcast tonight?
Oh my gosh. Happy Mother's Day as well. And honestly, I like that no one really gets offended. Well, in this
Space.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like if you know, if you can understand different points, it's really good, you know?
Mhm.
And to see different aspects of it and not get offended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I really love the vibes tonight. So
Can I repeat that?
no, sir, I really appreciate the vibes tonight. You know, we didn't we had some
You know,
disagreements.
if we went for scrap you, we would just like, but
It was
it's gonna be like super hard to offend.
Yeah.
Someone that's already, you know, in peace with themselves and, you know, knows what they want. And,
A lot of,
you know, you can be strong and still understanding.
Mhm.
I might get hate for that.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. All right, and Deslynn, last but not least, your thoughts about everything.
Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but it was a good experience. I think we all have a right to our own perspective and whatnot. And I think, I don't know, I'm getting older, guys, and I'm divorced, and you know, I hope to remarry again. But I think like learning to agree to disagree. I don't have to, like, I think when I was younger, I wanted to be right. But as I get older, I realize that we should all be able to come to the table and express ourselves and learn from one another. And so it was cool. I learned a lot today. It was fun. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. And I'll finish it off. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys out there. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming on and taking the time out of your busy lives to have this late night discussion, late night discussion on dating, sex, and relationships. And yeah, we had some great conversations, and you said a lot of things that I feel like a lot of people need to hear. And I think, like I mentioned you guys before, I feel like today people are not having these type of conversations with their own relationships.
Mm.
Like, you know, those uncomfortable relationships, conversations you should have with your partner, especially for things that you want. And hopefully that if we can have this, if we can have a conversation, we can agree to disagree, then hopefully somebody's watching out there that you can have conversations with the people, especially your partner you love, that you can say something that they may not agree or disagree with, but if the love is there, like you guys will make it work. And I feel like a lot of people are willing to do the hard things, especially this generation. Like people don't want the first sign of argument, like people leave a relationship. Right. People know like it's so watered down, diluted now that people are like the first sign of conflict, people like run away from conflict. And hopefully people can see that we can have conflicts in this conversation. a lot of
Fun.
Just because, and you know, they give up a potential amazing thing just because it was like, oh, well, he came at me funny, so you know, okay, but that could have been the Prince Charming like you've been asking God for, and here you are throwing him out the window like that. So it's like, I really feel like you're right in the sense that people don't really work on the relationship as much anymore because there are so many other options.
Yeah.
That makes any sense. like, you know, scroll through IG, it's just like, you know,
yeah,
the options are there, and people run with it in the sense it's just like, I don't need you. There's 7 billion people in the world. I don't need you. Like, you know,
I know that's true. But yeah, if you guys, thank you so much for watching the podcast. Really appreciate it. We do this every single Saturday, 10 p.m. Pacific time. So tune in for the last show. I'm gonna finish off this podcast. I'm gonna just play our theme song real quick. we're gonna do one last vibe with each other, and then we'll end it off. All right. Yeah. Oh.